Yeah.
Yeah. Son Josh.
Yeah, I gotta update them. I gotta highlight and add some stuff. I don't know if you guys are aware.
There's changes this year?
There's some changes.
There's a few changes to be made.
Everybody who's popping in the chat.
Hey, you got Paul's gift basket? You can save on shipping. Damn. He just said get his gift basket.
Still waiting on a couple things.
I'll tell him to go fuck himself. It's in the 30 seconds.
Oh no!
What happened? He swore?
Oh, you.
Did he
I
kill
think
us?
you did it like at 30 seconds.
Who did?
What happens if I would have done
You
it
swore?
before 30 seconds?
Oh, you can't monetize.
Oh my god.
End it.
So
Restart.
you only like $1.30. Just kidding.
Restart.
God
It should be fine.
Hold on. Let me sit here and kick this computer. And then we'll have a
One,
full
two.
reset.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, what do we got for names here on the cage matches?
Hell in the cell.
Hell in the Cell is just
No Way Out, SummerSlam.
1, 2, 1, 2. There we go.
Did it say 30 on that or no?
Oh, I
Check.
gotta
One.
mute this.
Yeah, see where you dropped that F bomb.
My fault. And no, you can't see it.
Shabby.
It just says live.
Okay. Let me put mine up.
Jordan, how's your mother?
Steel cage match. World Wrestling Entertainment.
Do it.
Right, you can't. Yeah, because the it has to do its thing. Tomorrow I'll be able to tell where it was. I'll also be able to tell where it was.
Declaration of War Games.
Yeah, hit him with the timestamp.
Cell of Hell, it's called.
Cell of Hell?
Cell of Hell.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought it was Hell in the Cell this whole time. That's one of those things.
Oh, no, it is. Yeah, no, sorry, it is.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like the
92nd
Berenstain Bears.
WWE
Yeah.
introduced arguably one of the most popular stipulation matches in history. Hell in a Cell.
I'm gonna put the chat up there so we can see it.
Mick Foley. That's one thing I never get. A lot of the wrestlers had multiple names. We're just live. I don't
They got to have AKAs.
Talking to you.
People are talking to me. Who? On the interwebs?
Tonight on Revival, we cage a Prius.
Nice.
That battery box better be mounted.
I better have 6 bars across the halo.
What kind of fire extinguisher to handle a lithium ion?
Fire stick.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that'll do it.
I've heard they work in everything.
Oh, so we should add it to the tech rules, no electric cars. Then we don't have to worry about it.
True. Bring your own fire truck. Because every time there's one of those, they got to get it's like a 3-alarm fire. They got to get multiple towns to put it out.
Yeah, we
They're
wouldn't.
empty trucks.
This is, in fact, the only time we're talking about cages, correct?
No, this whole thing is about cages.
God, dude.
Hogwarts in the cage of history.
Rage in the cage.
Fuck.
Elimination Chamber. That's a round one. Survivor Series.
There we are.
Oh, why does it gotta say his name? Hey,
That's who we're signed in as.
Shook, let me know if you're watching this.
That's fine. We can talk a lot of smack as Shook in the chat if you want to, and it's under his account.
Was last week's episode to convince him to get an LS swap? Is that why you brought the guy on there?
It wasn't at all. It was just to talk about how expensive motor swaps are.
I'm glad you guys brought
Oh.
Shook on to talk about LS.
And he just,
Yeah.
I thought it was like to convince him to get the LS swap.
I mean, he's probably halfway convinced.
No, he's fully converted.
He'll probably get the same amount of seat time.
Get this nice crisp, cold one.
Cold one with the boys.
Liquid death. See, if he was here, he could have done his guar sound.
His metal.
Dude, that company is wild. I watched a Vice thing about them the other day, the creator of Liquid Death.
Really?
There are so many big names signed on with that company just to invest and support them.
I'm trying to get him as a sponsor.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I drink their shit all the time.
It's like Tony
fucking
Hawk,
expensive.
Jason Ellis, they all
Really?
put money into the company when it was first coming up.
It was a cool name. Great concept, right?
Yeah.
It's good water.
Looks like alcohol.
Though I love
But you can
pulling
give it to your
springs
kids.
water because I've been to, I go to Poland, Maine a lot. And it's
What
right
if
there.
That's what it means to be in for Maine.
what if we came out with another one called Wet Death?
Oh, yeah.
Wet. Like Derek says. Talking about the wings at Theodore's.
Straight from the Alps.
Stang. I felt attacked that whole episode.
Jeez, Paul. That's Paul. Paul Stallworth.
Paul Star Wars.
Stang. What a great name.
I need to figure out my B for B.
Paul, but your car does it okay. It does it right. More than okay. I didn't mean it in a negative. Your Paul's car.
Does the thing.
It does it.
Paul, you're all right.
But
There's the
imagine
car
if it had
photo.
SR20 in it.
You'd have even more problems.
What? I think Paul's got one of the most
SR.
reliable cars.
SR good.
Well, him and Rob are probably equally as reliable, right?
Same mechanic.
Shots fired.
Kyle Britt, moist to death.
There it is. Moist death.
Moist. That's the one. Piss everybody off with the marketing. You want to get
Justin Noun.
moist?
Shook, if you're here, I have a spare M52 for you. Shook is not here.
He's not.
No, he called out. He didn't want to say hi to Big Daddy.
Couldn't handle the heat.
Wasn't ready for Hell in the Cell.
Who's Big Daddy?
Fuck.
Which one?
Anybody.
Jesus Christ.
We're all Big Daddy, buddy. Oh yeah, I need my
I
numbers.
think Lynch can stand in for the YouTube What's Up Guys. He's got a little bit of YouTube experience.
good of a YouTube introduction. Is that what it is?
What's up, guys? I don't know.
That was weak.
We
I know.
need a lot more enthusiasm than
yeah.
that.
I mean,
I
we
get
kinda-
I get caught off guard and then I lose my game.
I get it.
I miss the Lock City YouTube.
I do too.
Oh my God.
The like planned skits.
The people falling off. The accident and safety first ones are always the best.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to get it.
The body off the roof.
That was one of my favorite.
The fucking death of
Oh
Lynch.
no,
Oh my
he
God.
fell.
Three takes it took. Just three.
So good.
Yeah, they wanted to kill me.
Him dangling off the roof was the best part about the video because, all right, you got to make it look a little more realistic. His foot goes further and further off the side of the building.
Yeah, I could have really died. Damn. How did I get everybody in there? No,
Got a wide angle on that thing.
no, it's a fucking iPhone, dude.
How do you not?
Fuck it.
I don't get it, dude.
I tried.
You got to do the.
I don't
wide
take
angle.
enough pictures. Oh,
Fucking.
As Corey would say, "What's up, Gus?"
What's up, Gus?
start every YouTube with the pledge of the flag to the flag.
I kneel.
It's fucked up.
My God. Uh,
They don't. Didn't. Do
It's
they
like you
allow that in
rehearsed
baseball?
that. That ready to go.
yeah, that came off you like way too easy.
Play a lot of Xbox.
That's why you're swearing in our first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Demonetized. Andy Lenz. There are people who might film that. There are. It took a lot to do that. It was like 12 people, 10 people.
We went through a lot of pizza.
Yeah, it was a lot of pieces.
Everything
Holy
takes
hell.
so
Fucking
much
dropping the car,
time.
crushing my body with the car.
So good.
My favorite one was the playing the video games. The fucking we dropped the phone out of the air for Kenny. You.
Oh, the toy phone.
Yeah.
On the court.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
it wasn't
God.
even a toy. No, it wasn't. It was like a service phone, like what people at the telephone pole use to test the line.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was probably my.
It's just the handle.
Or the one where Dave walked out of the back room with the smoke.
Yep.
That was a funny one.
The professor comes in
Professor,
hot.
yeah.
Little e-brake slide and gets out and tells you how to do the
The
skid pad layout.
The fucking computers on the desk from 1990.
Bear using an angle grinder to shave down on the Volvo.
Yeah.
And then in the background, Rob's got the camera. I think you had the drill. No, Joel had the drill.
Joel,
And
yeah.
Mike's banging on the
Yeah.
toolbox.
Make it look like we're working on the cars. It just that took a lot to like plan out. I say plan out. I think me and Rob's biggest nuisance was I'm like, yeah, all week we would be talking about, yeah, I got a plan. Don't worry. I got it all written out. And they show up. Well, this is what I was thinking, but it wasn't really like a full explanation.
No plan. the plan is we're gonna wing it and you're gonna film it.
Yeah,
This-
so you
like,
thought about it, but
I
didn't
thought
put
about
it.
these couple scenes, but how we're going to do it and accomplish it, that's why we're here.
It's another, yeah.
I still refer people to the hairpin layout
Yeah,
professor video.
yeah, it's good. Hasn't changed. I think what ruined it was we lost the shop. Right?
Yeah, Skeezy 2.
Yeah.
Well, start this thing, would you?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I got to go.
I think we're good.
Oh,
Let
what
me
was in the
hit
bathroom?
this big button.
I told you when I walked in after you cussed in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What was it?
I'm telling you again, dude. I'm going to repeat myself.
When you have to use the facilities, you can check it out.
I try to stay away from public restrooms.
He's gonna hold it all the way home.
There's not that many butts been on our toilet, buddy.
Pull over on Route 44.
Well, the bus that have used it, it's like the mileage is up there. From what I've heard.
A lot of seat time, if you will.
That's always got more seat time than any of you guys here. Holy shit.
It's perfect. I think we're good. Before we get rolling, any questions from anybody?
Yes, can I jump from the top of the cage with my elbow? Pow!
Yeah, onto a pile of nails or tacks. Tacks. That's
top
what
rope.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No lead pipes.
I think I think we're good. Or Zambonis. Yeah, let's roll. Thanks everybody in the chat who's in here, and I'm gonna do my best to try to keep this together the whole episode here. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. I am not joined by any of the usual crew here today. I am a rudderless boat in a sea of despair. However, I have some lovely people here to help me get me through this. While I have been, dare I say, abandoned by my crew.
They knew we were coming. We weren't ready for the cage match.
As you can see, there is no Chuck today. There is no Corey today. There is no Shook today. But instead, we have the Lock City crew. And what a fine-looking crew we have. Mr. Mike Lynch,
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Josh Shabby,
Hello.
and Garrett P.
You.
from CT. They are here to discuss absolutely nothing about Lock City. I'm just kidding.
Perfect.
We're probably going to get into some stuff.
We could talk about real life stuff.
Dare I
Maybe a
say
little bit.
some cage matches.
Positivity.
He's been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan.
Oh boy.
Oh, he's all fired up.
So it's DMT, elk.
How many times have you done DMT?
So yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff with them. There's a lot of things to discuss. Dare I say, uncover all that sort of stuff, as well as news in our usual things. Maybe not be as many as we usually do, because I truly do want to get into the Lock City / Staggered stuff with these boys. So it's going to be heavy on that. Some news, because it's really not that, that great of a week, if you will.
Dry out there.
Very dry out there. It ain't no moist death, I'll tell you that. So before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by everybody who subscribes to our B for B. I'm going to probably clue you into what that is right now a little bit, so I don't have to do it in the middle of the episode. What B for B is, it's Bucks for the Boys. It is how we monetize this podcast. If you are listening to this for the first time, or you've been listening to it for the past 238 episodes, you will realize at one point we said adios to ads at the beginning of our show, besides ourselves. And why we did that is because we didn't want to be beholden to anyone but us and you, the listeners. So we ask you to visit our website, revivalmotoring.com, where you can pick a sustainable donation of $2, $5, $10, or $20, or you can mix and match those to make some weird ass number, and pay us monthly to help keep the lights on. We do have some merch for sale, all that good stuff. Again, revivalmotoring.com/B4B. You can find it right there in our shop to help keep things going. Also in our shop, you'll find some coffee. We have Jumpstart, Clutch Kick, Midnight, light roast, medium roast, and dark roast. Just snag a bag, skip the line. It's good.
You're
I
gonna
enjoy
like
it.
the coffee.
It's okay. So you had real world family experience.
So I've had all the coffees at this point.
Okay.
I've had the cold one.
Yep.
I've had all the roasts. I bought a half dozen bags to give out as like Christmas
You
gifts.
did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Big feedback from everybody. Where can I get this stuff? Now they got to follow through.
Yep.
So I got to hound them about it.
Yep.
But everyone loved it.
Sick.
So-
That's great to hear.
So far, they really like Clutch Kicked. That's
Yep.
what I'm
The
getting. back.
medium one.
That's the medium right in the middle.
Clutch kick.
Clutch Kick. Sorry, don't want to step on
Don't-
your
Clutch
Instagram.
Right, because Clutch Kicked
Oh my God.
are trademarked.
Yep. And I like the midnight. That's
Midnight.
That's mine.
So that's the one I'm on now. And I enjoy that one a lot.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Again, revivemotoring.com to get yourself bag coffee. And
Is a cold snap coming back?
I was just going to say Cold Start will come back.
Cold start. Oh, it's-
Snap
Most
Chill
likely
coffee.
Spray
Cold
Snap Chill. There we go. It's close. Got it. Probably not in March. Probably April-ish time frame. I think I'm going to aim for the spring. Really going to try to have 2 different versions this year. Still with the Cold Start because that was a strong one. Put hair on your chest type of coffee. But probably a lighter version as well. So, and then a cool, some sort of livery-based can as well for that.
Nice chilled bean water.
Exactly. Get your morning going. So let's get right into callbacks. I think I have to hit this button.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
I think I have one. Please give me a moment while I push some buttons on my phone here.
Just one.
Shook,
maybe
do you
2.
have any? No. Okay.
No.
I can't wait for the paddock talk.
It's very, very in depth.
We got that talk.
So I don't know. Oh no, you know what? I took a screenshot as I was receiving a DM, so it covered up this dude's name.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
But I may not want to say his name anyway because this is kind of funny. I guess it wouldn't matter if he's there. But sorry to whoever sent this message. You know who you are. I can give you props next week if you want. He writes, throwback to episode 182. 2021.
Way back.
It's 100.
Hold on, let's look that one up.
2021 year in review is what the episode was. And he just writes, the kid who fell in Harambe's pit is in one of my bowling partner's classes that he teaches. LOL.
Are you kidding me?
So we have,
It's a small world.
what do they call it? 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
We're only like a few degrees separated from Harambe.
R.I.P. Like,
Seriously,
Jesus.
big shouts.
I mean,
So that was a mess that literally made me chuckle
that
at home.
goes way back. That's good.
And then from Max, I don't think I read this one last week. No, because I think we talked about it. Call back to the steering wheel falling off on the Model Y. This guy knows from experience. I haven't seen any screw loose on the steering shaft. In fact, they are usually stupid tight. Let's see. I will say the H10 Allen keyway used to tighten the screw strips easily, which may be why it was under torqued. The amount of times I've been out the door with a breaker bar and the screw snaps loose or strips out on my face and hits the A-pillar from me losing grip, however, is all too often. So that was a little tidbit of the
Yikes.
Tesla steering wheels falling off, and that's my callbacks.
Yikes.
Well, we typically hit the paddock talk button. I have no updates. Shook isn't here.
This week, though. You said.
This week we
This
should.
week.
Next week I should have a lot of updates.
I have a callback.
Please.
So this is a little bit of paddock talk, but also a callback.
Yep.
On how's your build going? Since we can't ask Shook and he's not here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing back a callback to when I was here for the Isuzu episode. I've been working on that thing.
Ed.
What's going on here?
The thing of Harambe had a roll cage.
Pudva in the chat.
You know what? Thank you, Pudva, because he
Are
would
there
have still
were
been
there
with
boars?
us.
Yeah.
Bars.
I was going to say
bars.
He
you know,
may have been with us, but then the internet would have lost out on a great.
Meme.
discussion
Memes,
for,
yeah.
for 10 plus years now, or
But
however
he'd,
long.
but
it's
he'd
been.
still be here. So
Yeah, that's
Is
true.
that how H2O died? Harambe, right? I
Is
remember
that,
being there. Yeah.
I mean, a lot has gone downhill since. Let's just put it that way. There's been a lot of things.
all
Talk about
right. So
chain reaction.
calling back to doing the Isuzu episode, I've been working on the Trooper because I really want to go off roading with all the boys. And this is a callback to RAF also.
Overlanding. It's different than off-roading.
No, what they're doing,
Oh,
they're going out. We're going off-roading.
Whoa!
Like you're talking, I need to put this. I need to
I'm not
lower my
looking
tire
at-
pressure. I
Yeah.
need to
Find
put
an
this thing
obstacle
in-
and go over it, right?
Okay.
So I'm not looking to take home cutest ladder or any,
Oh, you fucking calling them out.
Jeez.
but I want some
Oh, no.
obstacles,
But
right?
I saw your updates.
Wow.
You did the bed rails, right?
Yep, bed rails, covered up the back. I made like a false wall and
Yep.
got to cut a window in. I've got rear seats and seat belts
So
again.
you're going full King of the Hammers.
Not
Where's
King of the-
where's the rooftop tent?
I hardly have like
Okay, but here's
gutters.
a big question. So when they go, are you driving or trailering your vehicle there?
I'm gonna drive it.
All right.
So I picked up a transmission for like $100 from this kid who I found the town over. Mine, fourth and fifth, kind of sketchy. So tail shaft bearing, transmission's gonna go in with a clutch.
Nice.
Trying to make it roadworthy. I want to come out, go where like Bobo and Joel are going and Derek, because they've been just getting lost in places and
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
I think that's like Northern Mass.
Yeah, and Raph was saying he wants to go out some places. He said there's some Eastern Connecticut spots,
Yep.
Rhode Island spots. So
Patchogue Forest in Connecticut, and then Newtown State Forest in Massachusetts.
yep.
Yep.
Shh, don't tell anybody, but spots.
Are
Going up
you changing any gearing eventually?
So
I have a buddy at work who has been telling me about his off-roading build for like a decade. Now, in his defense, like it's a ridiculous off-road capable vehicle, and he works a shit ton of hours, so there's not much time for him to work on it. But every now and again, he'll send me updates and things like that. And the stuff that people do to these things to crawl over rocks is just, it's madness.
So the biggest thing is, of course, gearing. You're trying to go slow.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be rocks, anything. You come across like a down tree on the trail. But when I built it like a decade ago, before it went to hell and rotted out,
Yep.
I already did the gears. So it's got
Okay.
538 gears front and rear.
Yep.
Um,
Is that
but-
you can idle and move?
pretty much you can dump the clutch in first gear and get out, and the truck will walk itself
Right.
for low.
Right.
So
Which is, yeah.
Throwback to jeepdex.com.
Mm-hmm.
The Jeep guys do, right? Sit in the parking lot and then they crawl on each other's tires.
Yes.
yeah, touching,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they touch tires, touch
Dock.
tips,
Is that docking? Is that what
docking. Yeah, yeah, they do a little bit of that.
with a boat, right? That's,
You gotta watch 'em.
Nothing else.
So yeah, I'm trying to get back out there. That's my wrenching thing outside of building a jet ski. I've been working on the old Isuzu.
Your jet ski, by the way.
That thing gone yet?
Why are you going to put that in the salt water? Looks too nice.
Is that
Looks
thing out
really-
of the
looks really-
paint booth yet?
Yeah.
It's out of the paint booth. It's in Jersey.
You wrapped it with
And-
the fuzzy stuff.
Yep,
Or
did
those
the
cushion
hydro
stuff.
turf on
just
it for all the
checking. I'm
cushions.
just
It took
checking.
me the entire weekend to turf it.
Looks really good.
Is it
Thank
in
you.
Jersey because you're going to ride it on the Hudson? Is that what you're doing?
The Mullica River, South Jersey. We'll go.
speed bumps.
I'm gonna get on that thing, and we're gonna go straight to Atlantic City.
Is there? Does Atlantic City have like a pull up?
There's a whole sandbar that's like permanent party. Like if you go down there, it's like 30 miles from
Yeah.
my buddy's house, but you can pull up on this sandbar, and there's a shit ton of people out there all the time. Like if it's nice out,
I'm sure there's people
just
there right
beach.
now.
There's like a hot dog boat if you want to get glizzy. Like,
So 30 miles. You're riding it there for 30 miles? How big is your fuel tank in that?
4.3 gallons.
You're
So
gonna carry-
if we ever do that again, we had a chase boat with us.
Oh, with fuel.
Yeah, or maybe I'll have someone follow in the Super Chicken. But
I have to be 1,000% honest. I've never heard or even thought of, dare I say, long form jet skiing,
Traveling.
traveling on a jet ski.
there's a
Endurance.
guy.
Right, endurance jet ski.
There's a guy who did the whole East Coast with his girlfriend.
Camel
on
pack,
like
but it's
sit-downs.
fuel?
They're nuts.
In the Lock City Lunkers group chat, they share people in jet ski, or not jet skis, the sit down wave runners,
Yep,
fishing tuna out in the ocean.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Because if you hook a big one,
Yeah.
Taking
Dude,
it for a
Paul
ride.
it's
Star Wars.
it's catching you.
I
Didn't
might
you
be
catch,
wrong on the
like-
tuna part. It's they're fishing out in the ocean.
Trolling.
It could be the other popular fish.
Paul
out
Star
there.
Wars showed me a
Striper.
picture.
Striper,
Get some
maybe.
stripe.
He's on his sea kayak. and
Yes,
he caught
Paul-
like a
Paul and
giant
Rob-
shark.
Paul and Rob go out on
I
their kayaks.
do remember. I think
It's out of his mind.
I could have swore like Landers or somebody posted a video of that shark last year.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
It-
yeah,
The size
absurd.
of the kayak.
It's wild.
Maynard's got a boat now, so he's out.
Yeah, he can actually get some some biggins, if you will.
So yeah, we're all. Long story short, we're all getting on the water this summer. It's one way or another.
I'll
I
get
got a
out there in my
spare.
snowmobile.
I got to do it. Water skips, yeah.
Yeah, you can go just really fast. Don't stop.
So
So how is the 30-mile cruise on a jet ski?
So the first time we did it, it was like about 5 or 6 super chickens. Cahill was there.
So these are stand-up ones too, right?
These were like sit-down couch things, but
Okay.
there were 3 or 4 people on stand-ups.
Your steering wheel goes
Brutal.
from side to side.
On the
Oh,
super
that's
you
chicken.
sit by
weird.
side.
Right, and you just move it. Yeah,
You could
yeah.
trade it off to the other person.
That's
So
wild.
like one person needs a beer, you reach forward. But yeah, that's
That
how
sounds like, responsible maritime law.
Of course, we had one jet boat with us as
Yeah.
a responsible chase vehicle.
Do these things have to be licensed to travel this far?
Yeah, you register them. It's like $12.
Okay, right, and you get some
boating
fancy
license-
stickers.
Yeah, and boating license is a lifetime thing.
Okay,
So I've had mine says I'm 5'2". I got it when I was 12 years old.
that's pretty funny. What about how you staying pretty close to the coast when you're doing this? Like when you're traveling the 30,
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
kind of going down and
Yeah,
staying close
you're
to the
down
coast.
a river.
You're not like in the
You're
middle
never
of the
out of
Atlantic.
sight of land.
Okay,
That, you'd be
That's-
really asking for
that's
it.
I
if
wasn't
you're-
quite sure of.
Yeah, if you're
Because
out there
again,
like
this
that.
I enjoy this endurance jet skiing idea. I think this is the thing.
Oh, I mean, there's a gas pump when you get there.
If you
So
had
as
a
long as you got
follow,
enough to get there.
if you had a follow boat, how long would it take you to get to Europe?
Oh my god!
I mean, hopefully I drown. if
I mean,
try.
somebody.
You'd be jumping the swells.
It's
Yeah.
like the ocean's fucking scary, man. It's like
It's a terrifying
like,
place.
It's like
How long? It takes what? 15 days by boat right now.
honestly, I don't even know. I legit don't even know.
Chuck, can you Google that?
To
Let's
get
see.
where? To get where?
To Europe.
like a container ship or
Oh,
like
Cruise ship can get there in 3 days.
Oh well, that's
No, like Green. Are
nobody
they going
wants
like?
to discuss.
Are they getting to like Greenland or are they going
Around
Like
2 weeks.
Mediterranean.
So
Like
yeah,
2 weeks.
again, just
to
from
like Greece or some shit?
the transatlantic cruises to Europe from the U.S. typically last around 2 weeks,
Chuck, pull the map up.
with travelers spending around 13 to 16 nights on board. So you're damn close. You nailed it, actually.
Pudley
I'm damn
used to
close.
race motocross with that guy. Did New London to Florida on jet skis.
Also, Pudva, final boat 2020.
Final boat. Yep.
Jesus.
Wow.
This stuff writes itself.
Carman can. They make tents and ladders for the back of their
I
chicken
think
coops.
They make a cooler
I
rack.
think Lynch has got some paddock talk.
Ooh.
Dude, oh yeah, you've been kind
Yeah, we
of
want to hear about
you've
what
been
you're
kind
doing.
of secretly moving and shaking over there, right?
Well, Josh has been helping a lot, but yeah, get the S13.
Yep.
We're
SR20.
SR20.
So let's-
God's engine.
SR
If
good.
and tell me, can't speak of things because of obvious reasons on certain things. How many cars do you have? How many cars does Lock City have? Like, I just
That's a
don't know.
complicated
I know
question.
Are
because
we counting with titles
yeah.
that are real cars in pieces? You need to specify.
Lock City has 3 cars. We have a
Okay.
BMW.
Yep.
We have a FR. Two
you got that
FRSs.
ZHP off of Gus.
Yeah, it's not
Or-
a ZHP. We found out is not a ZHP.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's
The 2001
Thanks,
ZHPs
Gus.
are only 2003s.
I seen that and I was like,
It is a
hot damn.
330i.
It's a solid
Right.
car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
54. Great motor.
Brake lines popped.
Yeah.
But,
Did you pop?
They do that.
no. I brought it to Munich Motorsports. We got
Okay.
a bunch of stuff that's.
I just
doing
wasn't
to
sure
it,
if you
and
were,
They
having
go
a,
to pull it on the lift.
No,
and
we're
yeah,
happy with the
yeah.
purchase.
Very happy.
Nothing
with it.
yeah.
against.
No,
Nothing
no.
against- yeah.
I just meant if you're a bit heavy on the foot.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Haven't even driven it.
Heavy
No,
on the
yeah.
clutch.
Okay.
And then we have 2 FRSs.
Okay,
But we're-
that's
we
that's
do-
right. I forgot about the BMW. I knew the 2 FRSs. Obviously, one was out.
we have an FRS shell for sale. Anybody wants to buy it?
Okay, good to put that
Get
out
of
there.
it. Yep. And then we got Landers S13. So we just picked that up.
Okay,
Yeah. So we got that
The perp.
that's why we're getting rid of FRS. We're gonna build an S13 instead.
okay. So you're gonna have one FRS, one S13, and the
Yep.
BMW eventually.
Yep.
Okay,
The
and
BMW is gonna be probably the most popular one this year.
okay, makes sense. Just from a standpoint, what are you doing to that, or have you done anything to that other than
So the idea with that one, come to racing, right? It's not. Is it IMSA? It's not IMSA. NASA. They have a spec class.
Yeah.
That car is perfect for.
Okay,
So we're building it to that spec.
okay,
It's an endurance class, right?
Yeah.
They do endurance racing.
Yeah. And I think it's multiple types of yeah, but yeah, it's wheel to wheel, racing. But there's like to remain spec, right? There's only certain things you can buy. You go on like Bimmer World or these, they actually they list everything
What's
available for to stay within spec. So,
yeah, that's cool.
I did see that, like
That's what
all the
Munich-
cages and stuff.
Yep, that's what Munich specializes in, and
yeah,
so-
prepping to meet that spec.
yeah.
And what's the plan for that overall? Just is it going to be at clinics? Is it going to be?
Yep, clinics.
Yep.
That's it. Really, clinics, and then maybe we have a Lock City sponsored race car,
Okay.
right?
Right, that'd be
Staggered
cool.
Motorsports Festival.
It's
so,
a way to there's going to be a use case, if you will.
yeah.
S13. That's what the SR20 is for.
No. So I have my own. So was it New Year's Eve, 2021? Right.
Yeah, about that.
Shabby was on the Facebooks and found a hot deal.
Yep.
Crackhead. Crackhead deal.
It was-
Belchertown. I called Joey. I called Joey up. He's my buddy with the Greenie 36. You see him at every event.
Yeah.
Joey's one of my closest friends that I know that carries. We got to go to Belchertown. It's 9 p.m.
Enjoys his
Yeah.
sporting goods.
So I
He
text
listed it
Joey.
that night.
I said we got to go. I got to pick up a trailer in Chicopee. We got to go. Can you come? He's like, yeah, for sure. I said, can you get the glizzy out of the house?
I need somebody who's handy with the steel.
He's like, why? Where are we going?
Bring the yeet
I tell him
cannon.
Belchertown. He gets in the truck. He's like, yeah, Julie's pissed. I said, why? He's like, well, she realized that I walked out of the house with the Glock. I was like, does she want us to come back? So we go pick this car up, and he was like, offer him this much.
Yeah.
And I'm the most uncomfortable person to lowball somebody, especially when it's not my money. But no, it was solid.
Very solid. It was only got-
I knew it was a good deal
Yeah.
when the nitro spot I was in the passenger seat, and he didn't let me keep it.
Right. Right.
You needed that. For
Was it like
Yeah,
sneak-
I do.
was
I
it
think he
extracurricular?
was looking to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Type. It sat for a little while.
It sat for a long while.
Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
But it's got 89,000 miles on it. Whoever owned it before, it may have went through a couple hands, but it's very clean. Like everybody who's looked at it is like, wow.
Yep.
Because it is. It's not a
The
rotted
body
car.
doesn't reflect underside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spray painted fixes doesn't reflect anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Neither do the stickers.
Yeah, it had a like nom nom. I eat V8 for lunch. My daughter loves that one. But it had
That's hot sticker installs.
Somebody had tons of those, like the brown. I want to say bear, but it's not a bear with
Domo?
I don't
Like
know.
those.
Oh, the
with
thing.
Shook would know.
I
This is
know-
a Honda thing.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was,
Yeah.
a squishy brown.
I know the
literally-
thing. Kind of
literally-
looks like a turd, but
there
with
was
a
a-
face.
Face like a turd.
Yeah.
I think you
authentic,
said nom nom. I think that's the name. for it.
authentic raccoon's tail hanging from the rear tow hook.
Oh,
Like Daniel
Had
Boone.
the bone in it and everything.
A bird feather.
Yeah.
On, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't there
hawk
birds?
feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Random
bullet
beads.
shift knob.
okay.
Now we're saying all this.
So it was a
right?
full build.
But no, but we're pointing all this
Katana
out because
shifter.
whoever had it before that, Greddy oil pan,
Yeah.
a real Greddy intake manifold,
Some proper
You know,
parts on there.
every-
That's- yeah.
Domo.
So it really,
Domo. Thank you.
Domo.
it really
Oh.
fell in the wrong
Yeah.
hands then.
like it had all the proper parts on it.
Yep.
And then this person bought it and really, when I talked to him on the phone, because that's the only conversation I had with him, he's like, yeah, I drove it for a little bit and then I wanted to upgrade the turbo and I gave up. So and that's how we got it. It had
Yep.
a
Nothing's bolted.
big Garrett turbo on it, never bolted on. So
eBay intake.
Yeah.
yeah, all year
Freddie.
I've been buying parts.
Yep.
Right. So, a couple things. Last, like, I didn't buy brakes yet, but I had full Z32 brakes, right? So that was the last thing. I can't believe how much money I spent on fucking brakes.
C32 brakes.
Yeah. Well, because I was telling
Just
him
brakes in general. You
Yeah,
got
I did-
shoes, pads, hardware.
When you need all of it, yeah.
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 And not only that, it's a Z32, so the e-brake is in the drum. So I had to buy 3 sets of
The drum
pads.
rebuilds.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
did. I about the Project Moves, the good,
Yep.
the proper spec.
Yep.
So I purposely took all year so I could buy cool parts. Told me this, all that.
Worth
And-
it.
23 is the year for driving for this guy.
I like it.
Yeah, so we Lock City
big
Boys,
driver.
me, Josh, and Joel. Right, Lock City Boys. That's our team name. We've applied for Bloodmasters Invitational. We applied for Team Vibes.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I am planning to go to
Everything.
every Lebanon Valley event.
You apply for
Yeah,
FD yet or what?
No. not FD.
Jesus.
We don't
Yeah.
have the capabilities.
It's not to spec.
But no, I'm
Jesus.
They probably won't. Like I won't be driving Lock City events, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you're right, but you're going to give
I,
yourself
I
other
might have it there, a
opportunities.
car, or an event or two. But
Yep.
Do some Lebanon Fridays.
yeah, I do. I plan on the first one's on my birthday, so I'm
Oh, perfect.
I'm going.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
you
you
in
know.
there.
Yeah, I just want to.
Get
I
out.
haven't. The school car was one thing, but I was
Right.
always kind of nervous. Yeah, I had the TI. That's probably 4 years ago, maybe now.
Still kicking.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
it's still
right.
kicking,
'cause-
but
That thing rips.
yeah, but then I wasn't really that comfortable in it, so I didn't really drive it. I didn't keep that too long. Full Voodoo 13 catalog. No, I did proper stuff. Like I got SPL arms and
Yeah.
But
so
Yeah, I
yeah,
wanna
you're
drive.
gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna be obviously
Yeah.
plenty busy at the events, Lock City events, and everything else you have going on there. But this gives you another opportunity to drive something that doesn't come with risk either, other than shit, I lost the project. But
Yep.
like again with the
and I'm
clinic
at-
car,
at another someone else's event, right? And I
Yeah.
can just enjoy and have a good
yeah,
time.
you can ruin their grass.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
No,
do that.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
I don't wanna-
Not,
I don't
not
want to ruin my
purpose.
car.
A little bit of payback
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah. So,
So that's good paddock talk. A lot of stuff going on.
but what do? We pulled the engine last weekend.
Engine and trans.
Engine and trans,
Yep.
separated them, right? Already has a nice clutch in it, so
Yep.
Now it's just a long
rebuild.
the home stretch. Now it's
Yeah.
just maintenance shit,
Putting it
pull
back to right,
together,
right.
and hope it runs
Yeah.
because we don't know.
Well,
You
yeah, we've
check-
never
told-
started. it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, did
yeah.
you
Been
did you
told,
try to
yeah.
spin anything?
No,
or-
everything spins great.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah,
good
yeah,
compression.
yeah, So all
Clean.
the
It's clean.
It's
valve
very,
goes off, it's
very
clean.
clean.
trending in the
Yeah.
right direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's been recent. Like it was taken apart and put back together.
Yeah.
We plan to start it up before the end of this month.
Give
Yeah,
it that VR1 oil and keep
We have
changing
to.
it.
We have to.
Yeah.
It has to be running. by
It's
the
like
end
the
of
cheat code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
month. Stick on the schedule to pass tech.
March 1st. I got an appointment with Nils. Get it caged, right? Honestly,
Yep.
Is what
You got an appointment. That's official.
I booked it. I mean,
So-
November or December.
Definitely
He
happening.
was on the books
Yeah.
before.
He had
It's-
like
it's as if
40.
he knew
Yeah.
what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well before, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then paint, yeah. That's it.
You
Landers has helped me out really, really big with the kit.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to sort a normal color, going the same color.
so I really
You don't have to tell us what color.
No, I
but
don't give a fuck. I'm not shook, dude.
Gonna post-
You didn't want to
So
tell anybody.
Brian, we were talking to Brian about it. We're like, it's not that he has to match me and Joel, but we have to make it
Yeah, we want
right,
to.
if you're if you walk City
Brian,
Boys,
And Brian, this is the word of the century: palette.
yeah,
color
get
palette.
the
Has
right
to be in
palette.
the same-
So the
same
color,
palette. I
the
enjoy
color
it.
I really like
That
is
makes
not
sense.
the same palette. It is AMG Black Series Sunbeam Yellow.
I know exactly the color.
It is a phenomenal.
That is
color.
a sunbeam for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
love that color, and I
Yeah.
never. Oh, I was just gonna say. I was about to say. don't think I would ever drive a yellow car, but
we
That's a
talking like
yellow-
I had a yellow S10.
we talking
when I was
like
18.
Rari yellow.
No,
No.
It's
yeah,
not
I
like
can't, I can't pull it
Shook,
up
can you
quick.
pull up Sunbeam Yellow?
It is a deep, it is a
I
very
got a computer.
it is a very deep, non-mustardy yellow.
Yeah, it's not mustardy at all.
Yeah, but it's still a very
Yeah.
deep yellow.
It's a cool yellow.
Forgive me, I'm futzing with cables.
But the one thing I don't want is red
Oh.
because I got my RX-7 back. That's already maroon, right? So I don't want red tone.
Mustard is the word.
No black,
sure,
no
it's good.
silver.
I
What?
like it. Mustard. When you said it was mustard
Oh, it's
yellow,
like-
No, it's not mustard.
But it's
No?
not like
Look
as
it up.
deep as
I'm
mustard.
looking at it right now. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's bright.
It's
Yeah.
very bright. Yeah,
Jesus. Knock everything over.
and it's
Yeah.
in the depending upon what falls in the shadows, it looks dark. It almost
Yeah.
looks orange in some
Yeah.
light.
Yep. But I don't anticipate it being painted that color.
Right. That was just potential.
Uh,
Would you go another yellow?
no.
Or
Yellow's
keep
really.
things-
I like an Integra Type R yellow. That's a nice yellow.
Yeah.
But,
But you're gonna keep it on the same palette.
yeah. So
has to.
I really want. Well, so the appropriate color would be a green in that palette, but then there's already 3 cars
That are
same green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
you
know.
know, right.
Because Joel's color is almost like it's like that 930 Porsche color, right?
Yeah,
It's like a
very
dusty
close, yeah.
mauve almost.
Yep. Right. I
Mark
know
III.
that. It's what's the word to put
like
the finish?
like if I was to do almost like
Champagne
Shelby's Mark
poppy.
1,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But-
Like pastel-ish
Yeah.
powder looking type.
Powder, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a cool color actually.
but there's already three. There's a team, right?
That is that color.
Tyler and Bobby both have their cars the same color.
Orange
3-6
wouldn't go
Mafia.
with any of
What does it
those
say?
colors.
3-6 Mafia Honda Fit cringe. Is that what? Orange.
It looks like cringe.
Jeez.
I know.
Oh my god.
That's
That's a good. We could
No, I'm not.
Shabby, your car's getting a little
nothing.
touch up.
Oh yeah, I mean
I saw it over there at
that's
B
over.
Halls.
That's overdue. That's
Yeah.
overdue work.
Fresh bumper.
Brian's had those fucking fenders for 2 years now.
No, it hasn't been 2 years.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
been a
he-
year.
no.
I've been very patient. It's not a big deal.
But yeah, he's getting them painted.
I've been quite the
Body kit.
My wife is listening, so I've been pretty controllable.
very, very frugal.
Yeah. I've been a cheap prick. I haven't,
You just said you bought $4,000 wheels on the way
definitely
here.
not.
And two
I-
ball bearing
under the
turbos.
bus.
I have a bad habit I can show you right now. There's a wiring specialties harness for $788 waiting to place my order. They just sent me an email saying, "Hey, don't forget."
Right,
I
reminding
haven't, I
you.
haven't bought.
You let it marinate in the
He was
cart.
Yeah.
I bought.
Hope you get that little
In this-
discount email.
He's
in
going to
this-
wait. The price is going to go up 10%.
That's
That's what
and then
happened.
he's going to buy
I'm big on
That's
that,
what
right?
happens.
And I
That's an
hate
FCP trick, by the way.
Oh, really?
If you let stuff marinate in the cart, they send you like a little discount code.
Ah.
Hey, that's, you
Well,
know,
I
Wait a
can't
minute.
stand the
sales are
websites.
sales.
Let me
I
look at my
can't stand the
email.
websites that empty my cart.
Yeah, that's
like,
annoying.
I'd like
Right,
to build
because-
a cart and then
And go back to it.
yeah,
And really,
because I shop around, right? So I want to see. I'm, if I'm going to pay for shipping, if I'm going to get an order, I'm going to get as much from that one place as I can.
I
Right.
want to build a fantasy cart and then look at it for a month
or forever.
or forever and not
Save my
order it.
car.
Do you guys
right.
know how much hardware costs?
It's so
Yeah,
expensive.
it's wild.
Oh
That's
my
why
gosh.
our good friend Four Door Phil
Yeah,
has a discount code,
yeah.
I believe
I'm-
Goldilocks,
yeah,
on boltsandnuts.com.
yeah. I was looking
That's
for
awesome.
specific
It's pretty
ti-
good.
titanium hardware, so I was looking for.
Oh, boy.
Titanium anything, big
Oh.
money.
Yeah,
Think
Call
about the BMX days.
Better call the hospital. Yeah, the BMX bike stuff. And not to go on a little tangent, but I watched a BMX bike build the other day, and obviously, when I rode, like, T1 was first the thing, and I had a barcode, and I remember, like, man, this is fucking great. This stuff's a little bit lighter, and now
It went
how
from
much
like 42
bikes,
pounds to like 36.
it's insane how light shit is, and to coincide with that, yes, everything's light, but stuff's made of titanium and way more expensive.
I have a
If you want to go that route.
I have a titanium femur bone.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that?
I don't know.
That's man, femur. That's
Yeah.
not fun at all.
Does TSA stop you every time?
No, it's titanium. It's not magnetic.
It doesn't. They don't get you on the X-ray.
Or the
I'm
authorities.
sure it shows up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a couple legs that show up in the X-ray.
I legit had. I saw my bone
Just gloss
popping
right
out
over.
my leg.
Oh my god, did you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Head on
I-
collision, Mark II Jetta.
Oh shit! Wow, I never knew that.
I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I had one of those Nokia cell phones at the time.
Brick.
With
No,
snake
it-
on it.
With it had snake, but it had the antenna. Right. It's not the one that was shorter. That was like a brick.
yeah.
It was one of the ones you changed the faces on, but it had an antenna
I know exactly the phone.
Antenna.
Yes.
stuck right into the dashboard.
Holy
Battery
shit!
popped off and boom, was sticking right in there.
Wow.
Wow.
Picked up the battery.
Was your leg the worst of it?
I broke my neck. I broke my leg. I broke my wrist.
Oh Jesus!
I'm sure the
dude.
Nokia
Yeah.
was totally fine though.
Yeah, no, it was. I put it in there. And I called my girlfriend at the time. Called my mom.
The Mark II had
Yeah.
great reception
I
for
sent
some
my
dash.
mom-
Dashboard totaled. Nokia phone. Perfect.
I buckled the steering wheel over and stuff. I hydroplaned.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, jeez, dude.
Yep. Hit a Ford Explorer.
I was gonna say I chipped my femur in a severe knee injury, but like my femur didn't take the brunt of it. The knee did, and even that sucked.
Yep.
Like because they had to repair that as well. But I can't imagine.
I had to
Oh,
learn how to walk again, and because it just with the limp and
Right.
all summer.
No, it fucks
happened in the
everything up.
spring. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, I was in the hospital for like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, you're here. You
More
made
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
I think that covers paddock talk pretty good, right? Actually, Shabby, anything motor wise that you have to do maintenance wise?
I just need to get a harness and figure out a little issue I have, but it doesn't impede me to not.
To get out there.
So
yeah, I can drive.
if you
Yeah.
were to get a new harness, would you or would you not retune your car? We've already talked to professionals about this, but I'm just curious your guys' opinions.
I would retune it because there's potential to introduce other issues.
I would say yeah, just because you don't know if you ever had a clean signal from any sensor.
That's what I was saying.
Right, that's
You
another
get
thing,
Your
too.
current or your volts.
You
and
could have been
stuff.
tuning
Yeah.
around a problem with something.
Right. Something that you didn't know exists but made work. Right. You could be either. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good. That's a good.
all the
Or
better
are we
flows.
shaming him because he doesn't
No,
want to
no.
tune
So
it?
Turbo Mike said.
No, I asked Turbo Mike.
Yeah,
Turbo Mike says he'd go both ways.
Yeah.
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 He can see both. He could see why you would think
There'd be
that.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, we didn't see any issues with my tune.
And because you could get away with it, just pop it in there. However, if you notice something,
Yeah.
then okay, instant red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that
If you've
further
got all
leads
those-
you.
My
All
good,
those safeties
my
and
good friend
stuff.
Jimmy said that he would remote in and reassign things because you're going to have to because I'm getting a new harness.
Yep.
And hoping that if anything is obvious, he should be able to see right
It stands
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Because he's looking at this harness thing, and I'm like, well, why don't you get it so you can get the the new coils and stuff like that. He's
You're
like,
already
well, then-
spending $800. Why don't you just spend another $400?
yeah, right.
That's how- while I'm in there.
Fuck! I'm having this hard of a time spending the $8. Now, yeah, let's just
Not
keep
my money.
going.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Gotta keep
but
going.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that to him with parts. So he's like, "Why do I need that?"
Yeah.
Oh, we're already doing this. Fuck, dude. I guess I should. I was like,
the competition making each other spend
fucker.
more money, right?
Yeah.
The old while you're in
Well, I
there.
sent him the price of the harness, and I was like, I gotta get this. I'm not doing it.
I'm
but
like
I was
zooming in, reading
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I wake up to a text the next morning. Just spent this much on brakes. I was like, "Did you fucking one up me just because I sent this? Because it's not a competition. I'm dying."
Did you buy it yet?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna do the brakes, right? You're gonna change the rotors. You're not gonna keep the same pads. You're gonna change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the whole. Kit and
It's
caboodle.
all got to be new.
Yeah.
Like Jay Sear
So-
says, "Cry once, buy once."
Right.
True.
Which is never a truer.
I once
Sentence
told my
spoken.
wife that brown rabbit I got from Bear.
Oh my god,
Told her I got it for free.
Do you still have that?
And yeah, I saw it. And
Oh
then
my
like,
God.
it's on the snowmobile trailer in the back of the shop.
I'm
Yeah.
just happy it exists.
and then like
No, nobody is.
3 or 4 months later, she found the receipt.
Oh, jeez.
So I learned from then on. No, I'm just telling her.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Look.
How did
Yeah.
you get a receipt for that thing?
Bought it from a junkyard.
From a okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that explains it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was gonna say
What M&J? I think it was. What was it? That he worked at.
MJ.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna do it for Paddock Talk. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
All right, I'm out.
we out here.
We can we can move on.
We just gotta go.
Let's see. I can actually do. I don't have any deep thoughts. Coming up this week. Oh, actually, here's one thing. I think the Luce's Fast Boys talked about it probably extensively. I know they did actually.
I love the new name, by the way. I know
Yeah,
it's been
I
out
think
for
it's
a
cool.
while.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty good. It and it's one of those things that,
more professional.
you know, obviously let them. It's their show.
bit.
I get involved a little bit here and there. But when they said it, I'm like, yeah. There's another one that I think I liked a little bit more, but I think the Luce's Fast
think
just
it's
makes
awesome.
sense. It's pretty good. It fits exactly what they're going for. They
Kind of a known phrase.
exactly
Yeah.
in the realm of things. They made some cool little.
Loose is fast. in my
Exactly.
opinion. That's how I like my.
Rubbin's racing, Luce's fast, doesn't matter.
Yep.
They made some cool little graphics so they could post on social media and things like that. So yeah, it's good. The change has been made. They're doing great with it. Season's coming, or now is here, I believe. So they can really get into things. But they covered the Clash at the Coliseum, which Sunday night, for whatever reason, I put it on myself. I tuned in while they were 20 some odd laps in. As a and I didn't listen to their show this week, so I'm sure they went into it because I was even texting them. As a as a very, very loose, very casual NASCAR fan, if you will, like I enjoy reading about the drama and watching the highlights on Twitter more than I do watching. But I figured, this is kind of a special thing, right? Clash at the Coliseum. For those unaware, they literally race in Los Angeles, Coliseum. There's a track in the middle of there. It's a pretty cool setup. It's very small, very short. As a casual fan,
Like 3/4 mile short.
I
half mile?
don't even know. It's super tight, like super tight. Quarter mile,
Quarter mile.
actually. I
Okay,
believe
so it
quarter
is pretty
mile.
tight, yeah.
Yeah. So I tried watching it, or I did watch it. I didn't see who won because I had to go to bed because it just continued to drag on.
Takes a long time.
At one point, I think they got 10 laps in a row, and that was huge. that
because
felt
it was
like forever.
accidents. Oh.
Because
Starts.
at one point, towards the end, they got one lap. and
Yeah.
somebody would crash and spin, and then somebody would crash and spin, and they don't count. Seeing the track is so small, they don't count laps under caution as laps.
Right.
So it's not like they could finish the race anyway. And again, I understand why they do that at that track because you want actual racing to.
So was
to
it crashes
determine.
because of too many cars? You think, or
So many cars in such a tight space, you can't go 3 wide, or when you are, you cannot go 3 wide in the corners. So people just bump and spin, and that's it. The second somebody spins, there's no
No
getting
room to
off
go?
track, right?
Yeah.
There's no off track to continue things. It just really slowed down the pace of it, and that is not a race for people to get into NASCAR.
Right.
It made me look forward to, okay, Daytona 500 is coming up. I want to watch that because I want to see cars at speed, drafting, all that sort of
You want to
stuff.
see him go fast.
They
Exactly.
should've-
Complete
They should have
laps.
limited it. Maybe they should have done like dirt bikes where you have heat races and then a final race.
So there were, I don't know how they did. Yeah, because I don't think they broke this up. I think it was just like one, however many laps, 64, 75 laps. I forgot what it actually was. But, I mean, again, NASCAR fans, they did find it interesting. I think the boys even found it interesting. Matter of fact, I know they are so giddy and happy just to see cars go around a track. It was just loud cars go vroom. That was one of the Norm responded. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah,
It's
that's
like
true.
Monster
I get
Jam.
it.
It's like
better.
loud. It smells good.
Right.
Like
It doesn't
you're-
matter.
You're there
Like,
for the
I like golf.
rumble.
Sometimes I'll watch stupid long drive contests because it's golf.
I watch a lot of golf videos,
Perfect. See, it doesn't matter. It's just,
especially
Just-
when it's at Top Golf.
just
when
the
they're-
act.
when they're teeing off on heels.
yeah.
Oh fuck!
On his.
They are the best golf
That's a good
videos to
one.
watch. I don't watch men golfing.
Fuck. I enjoy at Top Golf when they tee off and fall down off the top and get caught in
Like
the net.
to the net.
Or the
yeah.
kid,
Or just-
the 5-year-old, 3-year-old
Oh
kids
my
running.
Is
God.
running.
Yeah.
I've seen that video recently too. Yeah.
Full send.
But yeah, there's my little, kind of coming up this week. You can check out the Lucis Fast podcast to cover or listen to how they covered they called their show. It's called The Crash at the Coliseum because that's basically what it was. So go check them out. B for B, somebody in the chat earlier, I forgot who, wanted the
I
BPL.
think it was
And
Todd Connors.
I will tell you
Tom
that the
Connors.
BPL
I'm just pissed that Corey's not fucking here.
from NASA,
No.
matter of fact,
No,
We had to get back with the NASA guy.
no. Corey's got the Alf. What's that thing
telekinesis,
that Elon Musk made for the brain?
Neuralink.
Yeah, I thought you guys both had Neuralink.
He's
So,
linked up.
so NASA's Neuralink into Corey.
It's-
Corey's
we-
Neuralink into
We
you.
do, which is not with our brains.
Oh, okay.
So,
They link in other ways.
yeah, we're all linked. So I do have the BPL, and we are at 11 cents a listen.
That's
Which I
down
believe
from-
was
your
down
highest
from
was
last
17
week.
18 is your highest?
Still
I think
double
18 was
digits.
our
I can
highest. Still
guarantee
double
you it'll
digits.
go up after today.
No.
Next week it's gonna go up.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
Think so?
Shabby's
Okay.
feeling it.
for sure.
Which, good, bad, or indifferent, we like numbers.
I'm waiting- I'm
Staying
waiting for
in double
Jordan.
digits.
Make a post.
I don't know if that says something about the topic, because LSs are not superior. But
Technically.
Oh,
if you had a podcast
Oh.
specifically based off of,
I think. I mean, my
We
truck-
should-
My truck has an LS. So
we should. All right, I'm going to put this in my notes.
it's not
yeah.
really an LS. I guess,
I'm going to
but-
put this in my notes right now because I wanted to put together a bracket.
like a tax
Similar.
bracket.
Yeah. Oh, we're in this BPL.
Because I can tell you where
now.
the tax bracket is with
Tax
the
bracket. You're all
motor.
screwed.
Yeah, in the red. I've been wanting to come up with a good bracket idea. And what I mean by bracket is obviously anybody who's familiar with college basketball. Dare I say March Madness?
Oh, Super Bowl squares.
That sort
You're
of
a little late on
bracket
that.
of
Sweet
of
16.
let's
like-
have a vote. Let's have maybe LS is ranked number 1, right? They come in, and SR is ranked 2, whatever. But we're gonna seed the motors, and however many we end up with, but maybe
Just take-
1
take
versus
votes?
16. Put them up against each other. Vote.
I see what you're saying.
See who wins, and we're gonna try to come up with
I would have to vote for a 25 180 then.
never lose,
Never lose.
never lose. I think there would be a
jokes on
lot.
Shabby. That's what I'm really putting in the car.
Oh my god.
So, all right, what's your
Yeah, I
beef
know
with
you
LSs?
wanted to.
What's what?
Do you have a beef with
no,
LSs?
No, I could care less.
Okay.
Don't bother me at all. It really doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I think Phil's shit is awesome.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I think
yeah.
LSs are cool too.
It's and like Garrett and I were talking, no matter what, if you're motor swapping a car, if you're not putting a motor that was in the car already, you're spending $5,000 off the bat.
Yeah, 4 or 5 every,
No,
especially
we-
cross brand.
I listened to the episode last week. I
Mhm.
believe you were here,
Mhm.
right? You could do it for less than that. It's the fancy parts.
You
It depends on the swap, right?
Are you
obviously.
or are you not willing to fabricate anything?
I would
That's-
do it,
Well,
Yeah.
of course, but,
but
in general,
but even
people,
still,
that's the divider.
I wish Shook was here because
He was all fired up. He wanted to talk to you.
He would say something and not know it for sure, right? He wouldn't know the facts, and
Yeah.
then he would type it up. I'm typing on my computer
Beep,
for those
boop, beep.
listening, and then change it. Right? He would circle back on it, and like, you know. And it took like 10 tries. I say 10 tries, but there was like 10 items that we pro LS, and he would immediately shoot it down. And then it still sounded like by the end of the episode he wasn't sold on it.
Oh no, I think by the end of the episode he
Yeah.
was sold on getting rid of the 302 and building an LS. I think he still might be now. It's just a matter of obviously just taking the time and funds to make it happen.
Should probably just put an M52 back in it.
I think he inquired about that because we know where there is one with an E30 with a
Yeah,
crazy
Justin
cage.
he
in
wrote
it.
in here. Just announced.
Oh,
he's
yeah, he
got
said
M52
he
He's
has
got
one,
one
right,
for
too.
him.
Yeah.
Because he was
Any junkyard.
thinking about potentially grabbing one of those motors. I think he should leave the
About
302
20
in.
Because the heads aren't done yet with the 302,
Correct.
right?
Right. Leave that thing as is. Maybe some gaskets, whatever it needs to make it whole to use. Use it and then save your money for the LS.
Yeah.
If that's what he really wants to do. Because that'd be cool. That'd be very cool. I think the LS would match that car where it's going to be better.
I think M52 would just fine. As long as you don't turbo. I feel like turbo BMWs don't sound good at all.
No.
Few and far between.
Justin down in the chat. Yes, M52 best engine. See, this is why we got to have an engine bracket.
I
Motor
don't know. I
bracket.
feel like an S52 is better, or an S50. My S50 ripped.
S50s and an E30. Cool.
They're so expensive
No,
now.
if I had
it's
an
wild.
E30, I would put a 118 in
I have a E30.
Again.
it. Yeah.
I have an E30 that might be ready for you.
Really?
No, dude.
Now we're
Come on.
talking.
We're like ready.
Oh.
God, dude. You asked how many
Like-
cars he has, and you didn't even let him answer it.
Like ready.
Oh,
Oh
it'll
my
pass tech.
God.
Oh, it sure will.
Yes, I didn't answer how many cars I have. Personally, 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you sell the RX-7 yet?
No, I'm not selling it now.
Or are you going to keep it?
Beautiful car.
I wouldn't. It looks really good. Yeah. Just wait till it's fully put back together. But the market's not there.
Yeah.
You know,
It doesn't make
'cause
sense to
To get what
like
it's
we were talking
worth.
about, like the GTIs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
right? I feel like it's not a turbo 2 though. Then but
The FC market is maturing though.
Chassis Hardest in the chat. LS engines party harder than Hunter B. It's pretty
I don't know, dude. I saw some pictures
It's
of my
pretty
laptop.
pretty wild. Pretty wild what he does.
It's hysterical.
So 6.
Yeah.
Can they all be disclosed?
Yeah. So I have my RX-7.
Yep.
I have my S13.
Yep.
I have my truck. I have my Jetta. I have my Rabbit. 5.
Okay.
5. And then you count my wife's Forerunner.
Yeah, yeah.
Technically,
So
my
there we
wife.
go. 6.
Am I forgetting one? Yeah, then Lander's car kind of falls in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Bridges the gap.
yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But
the Jetta's probably the next one that I'm going to work on.
is it?
Yeah.
Show car stuff?
Family cruiser stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Sure,
Right. Just
yeah.
yeah. Good,
Something
good
you can
fun.
get ice cream in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So you're gonna LS swap it.
Yeah. No, it's an eco diesel. Come on. 91. Red, slick top.
Big bumpers.
All right, yeah. So we covered the B for B. Let's get into the news. My bad. One quick thing, B for B wise. Big shouts to Brian J. Thank you for the new subscription and helping us pump those numbers up. So big shouts.
All right, get them to replay
Big
that.
shout.
Yeah.
They ready to go for another one?
Always ready.
Gotta
Let's
harmonize.
see. My news. There was a couple little. Not that many people care. Ferrari announces 4 new models will debut in 2023. I don't really care what ones they are, but 4 new are coming. Talk about a manufacturer I generally do not care about what they make new anymore.
Ferrari.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Supercars just
I'm
I
not
never
super
really
big.
get excited about
Yeah,
any of it.
at all. Like F40s,
If it's
F50s.
not like a cocaine Countach, like I don't really care.
You want no part of it.
I don't know, like 60s Ferraris are really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that
yeah,
sort
all
of
the
stuff.
old stuff.
Certainly looks cool. It looks better than a lot of the new stuff now, anyway. One thing, I don't think I have it pulled up. Oh no, I do
Shout
actually.
out Corey on the throne right now, listening in.
Nice.
Big shouts, having a good
Well-
movement.
How's the echo in there?
He's getting some seat time.
Yeah, he is
Seat
more seat
time.
time. Exactly.
More of that seat time.
Ferrari also may use one of Elon Musk's next gen Tesla Roadster ideas. Remember the air thrusters that Musk said or talked about to boost performance in the Tesla Roadster? I guess Ferrari has put in a patent for a similar system. So they're going to be passing gas just like somebody on the throne that is out there, pushing that air.
Well, segue from Ferrari,
Mhm.
Formula One.
Yep.
They're all the teams are dropping their liveries.
That was
Yep.
what I was gonna bring up, dude.
So,
Jeez.
but a huge announcement, right? Red Bull
Yep.
and Ford powertrains for 2026. That's
Pretty wild.
That's a big deal.
That's big. But I think the huge controversy or discussion now in the Formula One world is everyone's pumped on the Ford and Red Bull, but Andretti has been trying to get in for 2 years now. So they went and they got a deal with GM. So it's Andretti and Cadillac. And everyone's like, oh, it's just a advertisement scheme or a campaign or something like that. And I'm just like, it's the same thing. You know,
As
yeah.
what for? Right.
Because I guess the difference would be Andretti would be using a Renault engine,
Yep.
but that's because GM,
Doesn't produce a.
well, they didn't meet the deadline.
Okay.
There was a deadline, I think it was a year ago, there was a deadline for all potential engine manufacturers had to sign up.
Yep. For however long, what is it? 3 years in advance? Is that
for the 2026 rules. And
Yeah.
so GM didn't meet it. But that doesn't say they're not going to have DeLarla make the chassis, right? They could be helping out with
right?
the
It doesn't
chassis
take them out of.
the endurance racing.
Yeah.
There's other aspects that Cadillac could be bringing because Cadillac does pretty good,
Yeah.
right? For
I was gonna. They do great in the IMSA stuff. They do
Yeah.
great in what the hell are those crazy rectangular look prototype cars?
prototype
Yeah,
cars,
yeah,
yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
they
so-
dominated for a
yeah.
small handful
I
of
think
times.
it said
if I
Ford
recall.
was pulling out of some other like Le Mans
They are. Yep. Yeah.
in order to make that
something.
happen.
I
Yeah.
heard they're gonna bring a new
IMSA.
movie, Ford versus Mercedes. Just saying.
Is that like
I
80
don't
for
think-
Brady? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know if Mercedes is going to do that good this year. I think they're going to.
I seen Mr. Hamilton there making some posts saying he's back.
He's back.
He's
back.
back.
He's very
He's
excited.
still the highest paid driver. I think they signed him for another 2 years. I believe.
I mean, you can't let
Um,
that big fish go.
Yeah.
Imagine the
He's
news
got some
that would
gas in
be.
the tank.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's not done. I can't picture
but
that.
this is
It's
like,
just-
Loose as Fast is like all excited for the first race, right?
Yeah.
And they were all giddy for. What did he say?
Ford
Ford cashed out. They did. That is
Rivian.
news. Yeah. They
Matter
ca-
of
yeah.
that's what I was trying
Yeah.
to find because they cashed out of Rivian and they reported their numbers and they were down a significant percent of what they made.
There,
In
there were some
2022.
Rivian rumors floating around that they're going to get scooped up.
There always seems
Yeah,
to be
maybe.
associated.
I
with
tell you
them.
what, I love the SUV.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I love the. I like the
I
truck
like the
and
truck
the
too.
SUV.
classy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a
The truck is
Suburban.
pretty cool. The SUV though, I really.
I saw
like.
Yeah.
one the other day for the first time on the road, and talk about like road presence. Like when you see one that kind of stands out.
Yep.
Same thing with on the way here. I actually saw my first Lucid on the road.
Oh yeah, those are
And
cool to see.
road presence crazy.
With Lucid, I just saw the news. They have this rear end that a motor that they're releasing. It's like one of the most powerful motors, but it only weighs 70 pounds or something.
Wow,
Yeah, so like pretty
super
pretty,
light.
Luce is
Yeah.
that electric one?
Yeah,
Lucid, yeah.
Lucid Air, the big
All right,
giant sedan.
That name sounds familiar. I looked one up because I saw it in Bloomfield.
Super,
It's
super
like the rich-
luxurious. yeah,
rich
yeah.
person.
Like
what 120 grand. Or
I think the
something?
cheapest one starts at like 89 or something like that, and goes to astronomical.
They're pretty
amounts.
serious looking on the
but
road.
Yeah, we
they're
were at a
also,
restaurant.
like-
We saw on the side. I was like, wait a minute, what is that?
They're also
Looked
like
it up.
innovating, right? They have this powerful motor that's super light. They have the largest capacity electrical discharge. I think it's like 310 miles of range. Chuck, look this up. 310 miles of range in 12 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
right. Yeah.
the
I
charger-
wonder.
Is it like 800 volt? Or
900
whatever?
volts.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say because
900,
Porsche's 800, so that has to be higher than that.
Yeah. People are going to try to like get that shit installed in their house.
So there was one thing I did see. Shit, who the hell was it? Fuck, I didn't save it. There was a company that basically offered, if you were to get an auto loan,
Yep.
they'll factor in the costs of installing a charger at your house as well. So combine
Well,
it all.
if you're in Massachusetts, that's a good thing to do because there's now regulations for charging using your car power for your house.
Yep.
And so there's a program, smart program, or Connected Solutions, where if you're signed up for it and there's demand on the grid,
Yep.
the electric company, this is a contract, right? You have to agree to it, but can discharge either your home storage or your car storage and pay you for that.
Yep.
And it's good money. Like people are making $1,500 in a summer.
Is that
Yeah.
So Derek got that charger. Do you know if he's on that?
I don't think he is.
So that's only homeowners with, obviously, if you have a vehicle EV that can be discharged, but a battery bank system as well.
It could be either or because you can have battery.
So they can
Yeah.
discharge your vehicle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
If you were to hook
Yeah.
it up to the
Yeah.
to the
Derek's
house.
definitely doesn't, is because it doesn't have an automatic transfer switch or none of that.
right. Yeah, his did have to be on the network though,
Oh.
which is had to be on Wi-Fi or something.
Yep.
But I mean that program was crazy because the city, I think it was the city, like gave him the charger, and all he had to do was like pay to have it professionally installed.
Oh.
Because they were like doing
So he
research on
might.
the grid or something.
You might, yeah.
I think it's the town of Chicopee had to provide it.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
something.
They are on
Yeah,
their own- they're on
Chicopee is a
their own-
municipality
yeah.
though, so it's not. I deal with EverSource and National Grid, so I'm not up and up.
Speaking of things that we don't need, Ford patents drive-in movie mode that makes vehicle do a Carolina squat.
Oh man,
Come on.
You're at the drive-in movie.
Those are going to be thriving in South Carolina.
You're at
Oh,
the
yeah.
drive-in
Oh my
movie
God.
theater, and instead of sitting straight, it'll do the Carolina squat, so you can sit at an angle and watch the movie.
are movie
mean, even
theaters
just
that
like-
popular?
Drive-ins?
Yeah, drive-ins.
Not that I'm aware of.
Even movie theaters.
I've
I know
literally
there's
never.
There's
Straight
one in Mansfield,
recliner mode.
Connecticut. I know of, but
There's two within range of us
Yeah.
from here. I'd say within an hour.
do they do the double feature thing?
Sometimes they do, yeah. Matter of fact, sometimes they have festival extravaganzas, and they do like
Ah.
3 or 4 movies in a day
I think the Mansfield Drive-In makes more money flea marketing than they
than
do.
they do for the movies.
Probably.
Yeah.
Crazy, because we wanted to rent out a drive-in one day to premiere a film and stuff like that. On a on-day, if you will, call it a Friday or a Saturday, astronomical amounts of money to rent.
Damn.
We almost did one at
So-
a car show at one.
If we did it on a Wednesday, literally like a quarter of the price.
That's
It
wild.
was, yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, their,
Cheap
their
rates.
entire income is like 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
So why didn't you do it on the Wednesday?
I didn't think anybody would come.
Wednesday night is a good one.
It is. So we'd have to find somebody else to do the podcast.
Thursday
No,
night.
you do it live.
That's true. Live
You'd have
show.
them watch it.
as we're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah.
So and there's a delay, so it'd
Yeah.
be horrific.
Oh my God. You would be done and they'd still be watching.
Let's see. Nope, I don't really care about Mitsubishi. High performance Ford F-150 Lightning teased as an upcoming EV demo. The new EV performance demonstration will line up with the Supervan and Mustang Mach-E 1400. That's pretty wild because those are two purpose-built cars that are very EVs that are very fast. So if they're going to line up this, high voltage F-150 Lightning,
I've driven a Mach-E. It's pretty cool.
yeah, I've not driven anything Ford EV.
Yeah.
You seen the videos of them launching the Hummer? The
No.
EV
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Ungodly
it's so
fast.
unnecessary.
She'll pull it up.
The
No, they got, like,
those
they put, like Biden in one, and
I've said
sent
it a
down
couple times.
runway.
Those things are just too dangerous for the road.
they're massive when you
Yeah,
see one.
they're just gigantic tanks that are just
And they're like 10,000
way
pounds.
too fast. Yeah,
You can say the same thing about Chargers or whatever
anything
those Hemis are.
mostly.
True.
Yeah.
Takeovers.
Yeah.
Let's
The
see.
only thing associating with them.
Every time I see one, that's what I think of.
I didn't get to read this article, but I want to.
I had a couple in here. There was, Mike mentioned Ford. Kind of big thing. Motor Trend is saying that the Bronco is catching up to Jeep in terms of sales.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah.
the Jeep people are numerous.
Yep.
So if Bronco is getting there, it's selling.
It's only a matter of time before there's Bronco dicks.
I think
Yeah,
people are just smartening up
BroncoDicks.com.
about not buying a Jeep.
The guy in Boston just
True.
had his Bronco, not the soft top, the hard top roof.
Wrecked because of the weather.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
I've
cold.
seen that. Still, I mean, yeah,
He probably hit it with a freaking broom.
mostly. Why won't this come off? And then just whacked it. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure
Uh,
he shattered it.
One thing I found interesting, and I've seen this article a couple different places, but there is a report that lists Hyundai, Kia vehicles that State Farm will not insure in
I
some
saw that.
states, which is wild.
It's like 30 cars.
So actually, yeah, I have the list right in front of me. So at least 2 major insurance companies have begun declining new policies on some Hyundai and Kia vehicles after a nationwide spat of thefts. A new report claims to list the specific cars one of the 2 companies will no longer insure. And that list includes 2015 to 2021 Hyundai Accents, Elantras, Konas, Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and Velosters. And from Kia, 2015-2021, Forte, Optima Rio, Sedona, Sorrento, Soul, and Sportage.
So it's like their whole offering.
And the first thing I said to myself is, who is stealing these cars?
Have you seen I forgot what it's called. We talked about it. We couldn't show it on the show. It's not Ghetto Boys. I can't remember.
There's like a TikTok video or something.
You
where
can
they
steal
teach people how to
these
steal them.
cars
Oh, so
with
easy.
a USB drive.
Oh, okay.
And just pop it off, and you're in the car within seconds. And the video we watch is literally like some 14 and 15-year-olds that go around wearing masks, popping the locks on these cars, starting them, and just yanking the e-brake everywhere.
Nice.
When I saw that
Idiots.
initially come out, there's like 5 people at my work that I like went and had a conversation with because I'm like, listen, like you either A, might get dropped off your insurance,
Yeah.
or B, like watch your back where
So,
you're
so
putting
you
your
think
car right now.
Genesis are the same way?
Or C, go buy the club. The
Might be
Genesis
too
is not
old.
on this list. Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be
but-
too old.
Well,
and so-
no, not the Hyundai Genesis, right? Because Hyundai makes Genesis.
Oh, right. No, I
You're
can't
They
picture.
probably
Why? Well,
It's
it's
very-
same technology.
so it's
Because you
very
probably have to
specific.
wear a device anally to start a Genesis.
Dude. Oh my god.
the SUV though, that's pretty baller.
it's
It is actually. It looks way more.
GV.
It looks way
whatever.
more luxurious than it should be.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
because each time I see one, I'm like, what is that?
Every
I'm
time
like,
I see
oh,
one, it's in the
Hyundai.
middle
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
mall. I don't know if I've ever seen one on a road. It's always like in the West Farms Mall.
Kia boys. That's it. Big shouts to Pudva.
So the
And
cars,
Justin in the chat.
cars that works on is like really specific. It's like it's one that's like got a push to start, and it doesn't have some other package or whatever. So but
Yeah.
it's like the majority of them that they sold.
So the restrictions apply in Georgia, Louisiana, Oregon, Washington, and Pennsylvania. State Farm will not cancel existing policies, the station says, or this is from WWL.TV. The report comes from. So that's good that they're not canceling. And then again, this kind of goes further into it. Social media drives the theft wave. Thefts of older Hyundai and Kia vehicles soared in late 2021 after a series of social media videos taught viewers how to steal some models using a flathead screwdriver and a USB cable. That's what it was. Since that information spread, theft claims for some Hyundai and Kia models have grown almost twice as common as thefts of vehicles made by other manufacturers. Companies working on solutions. Hyundai dealers have begun to offer a retrofit kit that helps guard against theft. They charge $170 plus labor fees to install it. Both companies have begun providing free steering wheel locks, aka the club,
The club, yeah.
through many police departments. And then there's just some words from Kia and Hyundai spokespeople. Meanwhile, TELUS, the company, has been developing and testing enhanced security software for vehicles not originally equipped with an immobilizer, and has started notifying owners of certain models of the availability of the software upgrade and at a no cost to consumers. So that's pretty good.
Well, if you're a listener in those states, don't worry. U.S. General will still take your.
Shaq,
general-
just give Shaq a call.
Hey, the general's got your back.
Yeah, General.
Let's be real.
I was trying to remember the jingle. I was so I was right there. That's it for my news. Yeah, there's
Matt Lee would never buy Korean unless it's Genesis, and I'm Korean. He's got family that works there.
He's always on that train of not buying those
Or
vehicles.
maybe that's Samsung, but I remember he's got stories.
Let's see. All right.
Speaking of theft, by the way,
Yep.
kind of a callback, kind of a news story. Did anyone happen to catch? There's on Netflix. There's a documentary about Carlos Ghosn.
I have not watched it yet. You mentioned that
So-
via text, and now I'm very intrigued.
So you guys talked about him a while back,
Right, because if anybody doesn't remember, he is the Nissan executive who escaped Nissan in a guitar case, basically,
Right. So he was
or
like
some music equipment.
he was thrown in jail, and then he was on house arrest, whatever,
Yep.
and like he got out. You
Yep.
know.
Smuggled into the United States via 2 residents of Massachusetts, if I recall.
Former military people.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But there's a new thing out on Netflix.
Does it
you know.
cover?
It
the
covers
escape?
like all of it.
Oh my god,
It's long actually. It goes a lot into the beginning of it about how he kind of took power there.
Yep.
But I came across this because I saw a headline about Renault reducing their share in Nissan.
Yeah.
So now it's like a level of partnership because before they were always more than Nissan was.
51.
Yeah, and they had mentioned Ghosn, and I was like, I just watched it last night, and it's pretty wild.
It ties
Like,
into some of it.
the
yeah.
wheels he was greasing.
Really?
Full on hostile takeover. Is that
Yeah.
what he was aiming to do?
Yeah, charming the people.
Right.
He's a very strange
That's
man.
yeah. There's a lot of questions. I hope they get answered. This was one other thing that I seen. It's kind of news, but it's just the headline that stuck out to me. Porsche just says big electric SUV to cost 3 times more than the Cayenne. The 7-seat sport utility vehicle is said to have off-road chops as well.
Did you guys listen to the Joe Rogan episode where the guy went to the cobalt plant, or I would say cobalt plant mines?
No.
What's going on? The slavery that's going on to get these electric vehicles.
I haven't heard that one, but I can only.
There's not a single device that the Congo is the largest
For the lithium
Source.
mining, right?
for cobalt.
Yep.
And it's just straight up slavery. Kids.
Nobody,
Adults.
and that's the thing is nobody wants to discuss that or
Yeah.
bring that to the
Nobody's
forefront
talking
or
about
talk
that.
about right. It's just
Yep.
Everybody seems to gloss over the fact that that's happening.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Right. In some senses.
It just, but I mean, especially when it comes to if we're talking automotive EVs entirely. Again, the question is always where's the electricity going to come? What are we going to do with these batteries, et cetera, et cetera?
But
Will it
yeah.
randomly shut off while I'm driving?
Right.
Like,
It's,
apparently
those are the conversations.
2021 ID4. That's a headline.
Or there's countless things. And there was another. Obviously, there's more and more fires. Oh, actually, there's a couple. These aren't news things. These are just things I've seen on the internets. One Tesla Model Y was involved in a crash, and its whole battery pack flew
Yeah.
out of the underside of it and skidded across the road and across the median. And I don't think it took out another car or anything.
it did. It got like
did it-
serrated from the vehicle.
Yeah, it just it left the chat basically.
Ecto
and
Ceto
just-
cuz.
Yeah, and like it was legit. You're watching the video, and that's a battery pack flying through the
There
air.
it goes.
And then obviously the countless videos of these things unfortunately catching on fire, not randomly, but due to some circumstances, not being able to be put out for 6+ hours. That's
Well,
definitely
we
a
got to
problem.
get on the hydrogen fuel cell stuff that's coming down the pipeline. Honda's going big on it.
Are they?
They're talking about a hydrogen fuel cell CRV.
But that's like dangerous too.
And it, right. Yeah,
I'll
it's
drive
also-
a bomb around.
Russia, they drive natural gas vehicles are just more popular than fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gotta be. Imagine filling your car.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Dash cam.
It's okay to look at alternatives. EV isn't the end-all be-all solution, in my opinion.
Like
Well,
15
well-
years ago, there's people in Massachusetts that were driving biodiesel or veggie converted Jettas and stuff
Yep.
like
Yeah,
that
grease
Yep.
cars.
that got sued because they weren't paying road tax.
Oh, because they're using their own fuel and not
Yeah.
paying
Which is
the diesel
crazy.
road
Yeah.
tax.
Even though they're
That's
paying,
insane.
And all these electric vehicles nowadays aren't paying road tax.
That doesn't sound very freedom of them.
So that's why that's why more and more tolls are getting introduced.
I wonder if they're not paying road tax because of the electricity electricity utility. Is
Yeah.
utility taxed? Good question.
Not like that. No.
No, not in the same manner.
No.
Right, because
but
with
if they're
gas, it's
supplying their
every-
own
Your
fuel,
road tax is fuel tax.
Yeah.
Right.
Built
That's
in.
what goes to the road. So
Yeah.
all these electric vehicles, we're paying them for them.
Yeah.
We're the 1%ers now.
We are 1%ing real hard
Yeah.
with our
Yeah,
V8s.
Constantly. That's all I have for news. Anybody else have any little bits and pieces?
Just the last little bit was about, we were talking about hydrogen stuff with
Mhm.
Honda. They're looking for a partner to enter like the commercial space with it. They have like an open invitation apparently. They're looking
Commercial, using it as an alternative in homes and buildings.
no, for like trucking.
Okay, all right, in commercial in that.
Yeah,
right,
they want
right.
to get involved in like, beyond light duty stuff.
Yep.
And they're like actively seeking they say that they have the technology like dialed. Now they need someone to help like expand it out into like the commercial realm.
implement it.
Implement it. Yeah.
That's a good question. Vehicles, like construction equipment. Construction equipment obviously has to be gigantic, heavy, and very high power. That's why diesel works pretty damn good for most of those applications.
Yeah, so Honda is smart and they know this, that the only way if they're going to get it adopted is if they can commercialize it.
Yep.
Make it beyond just like a passenger car thing. It's got to go.
If they don't do
Yeah,
it in their
circle.
lawnmowers, I'm not buying it.
Hydrogen
Hydrogen
lawnmower. See that,
Going to hit a
and
rock
again,
Sell
that
vaporize myself.
A pre-done canister.
Yeah.
Like you buy the 2-stroke fuel in the can.
yeah. See those like
It's the most popular small engine out there. and they're just continuing
residential gardening
Sad.
equipment, home equipment. That ultimately makes sense to me being battery powered.
it. Well, slavery.
There. What it
You
all
got me
comes
there.
back to.
Touche.
It's like the cruise ship argument, right?
Right. And that's unfortunately, you can make that. Oh wow, look at that,
Yeah.
Honda's
thing looks
hydrogen fuel cell.
cool as
It's
hell.
pretty. It looks like they're generators.
It does actually. I like it. Was that pure sine wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean power only.
But yeah, looking at alternatives, and we say this all the time. We talk about the poop fuel, Porsche leading the charge in that.
Yep.
They're trying to expand on that.
They are, yeah, and they're trying to. I think they're trying to
Oh.
expand on that,
2026 Formula One, it's all synthetic fuels.
which is wild. So, which is another good thing. It kind of ties in a roundabout way to everything. Why it's good for brands like Cadillac and Ford, because there is a lot of development and stuff like that in motorsport,
Yeah.
in particular F1. That it takes a while, but things eventually trickle down.
The big problem, the big hold up that everybody didn't like was the split turbo. So they're cold side, hot side, and then they had electric motor in the middle.
Yep,
So that's gone away for 2026. So that's why more teams,
are getting into it.
yeah.
So now they don't.
That's
have to
where
deal with
Mercedes
that.
dominated.
Right, because they probably ran more voltage and a
They-
higher
well, they did it
motor without
first.
telling everybody.
Like that wasn't a requirement. They just did it first.
Yep.
And then
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because they're right. It just never allowed the turbo to spool
Yeah.
down.
right.
Huh. Interesting. So now they're going to even the playing field. All right, Hamilton may never win again.
I don't know. Max is there.
He is. He is for sure. Okay. That is our news. Let's get right into our main topic.
Cage battle.
Hell in the Cell. I don't know who's left in here. I'm sure there's going to be some comments.
Here we go.
The boys are here. We're going to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Lock City boys are here. Okay. 2023 first event starts March 18th, I believe.
Yeah.
You got your schedule worked out.
One of two schedules worked out, yeah.
One of two.
We have a second one getting ready to release.
For the competition stuff.
Yeah.
You are doing a lot of events this year. Same number? More?
I think it's the same number.
Did you take away are the comps taking away some of the normal grassroots? Just
No.
in addition. So
In addition.
where do I start?
Well, he was born on May 5th.
It was a cold and windy day.
So the schedule's released for all the
Grassroots.
non-comp grassroots
Yep.
events, which is good. When will the schedule be coming out for the comp? I know soon, but
Honestly, it's like ready.
As soon
We're-
as we're done with it, it'll come out.
Yeah, the dates are
you're
done.
just like on Facebook,
We're trying to land a couple sponsors.
Okay.
That's the real gist of it.
right? So you want to just make sure that get that aligned before releasing it. That's understood.
The schedule's done. We're
Yeah,
done.
schedule's
Yeah.
done.
Right, actually, right. That's true because it's got to be locked in with the track.
I can't believe how shared the schedule was. Like it was very popular.
We beat ourselves up about about it. We're like, we don't know if we really like it,
Yeah.
and it blew up. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad people liked
The
it.
insights were like out of this world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you are you working with anybody sponsorship wise, or truly just at the infancy?
We had 2 pretty close ones, and then
Yep.
one's of like a major company that apparently backed out of drifting altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we can release that
Yeah,
information.
Yeah, so I'm running.
I think I know.
But then
What are the initials?
what is it?
It's one word.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
And then another one that we were speaking with for a little bit, and then it just didn't work out.
What? Not to disclose too much info, especially with that stuff. What do you think the hangups were?
With the one that is no longer in drifting?
Well, not
No,
that one, but the
no.
other one. Like, is
Um,
it just you guys have to establish your comp roots more?
No,
do you feel, or it's just truly T's and C's?
I think it just wasn't the right time.
Involved a billboard at the track. So
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
one, I'm sorry.
So that
yeah,
ties into
yeah,
a few,
yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
presents an issue that you
yeah,
directly
some
don't
things I
have
can't-
control
Yeah,
of.
some things I couldn't change.
Right,
And
right.
just didn't work out.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just curious again because it's going to be you've had competitions before, but
Yep.
not the biggest established series
Right.
yet.
So
You know
this
what I mean?
is
so it's
so,
still
so the comps is 4 is 4 rounds.
Yep.
2 on Clubhouse, 2 on the skid pad.
Yep.
On purpose, right?
the ones on just changed up.
just because we want to run different layouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
excited about skid pad specifically.
Our very first comp ever was on skid pad.
That's
Adam
cool because
LZ was there. Adam LZ was there.
it
Remember that?
changes.
He won,
won
right?
it.
Yeah, he won it.
Does
no, it was
the
second. I thought PJ won it.
Yellow car.
The cream. Yeah.
I believe
Cream.
Adam won that
Yeah.
because I don't think PJ.
It was in the rain.
Yeah.
No, PJ was on top 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
it
and
was
and
raining.
Miata Rob.
Yeah.
Does skid pad even the playing field a little bit as far as high horsepower cars versus
a lot of people forget this.
It's a lot
skid
harder.
pad's fun.
Right.
You can get really tight, really snappy, really cool layouts.
Yep.
And
I think
Yeah.
I think it's a lot harder for people to run away from each other as much.
yes, I agree.
right, you just have
It
you don't
stacks
have the
them.
length, right?
Yeah.
So the car can't let it eat as much to pull away.
Right. Yeah. It.
And the billboard that
Equalizes.
we were talking about was going to go on the hill of the skid pad. So
Oh man. As long as they don't mess up our fire pit for camping.
no, it was like we were planning it in the hill.
What do we
That
got
would
to
be
do?
cool.
What do we got to do to get a revival billboard up there?
Gonna have to talk to the hill climb champion and make sure he doesn't hit it.
Yeah.
Um, So
but the skid
2
pad's
on-
a blast.
yeah,
you
2
know.
on skid pad, 2 on clubhouse.
Yep.
Um,
So
comp-
so it will be 4 different tracks, 4 different layouts.
Yep.
Right. Because we'll run clubhouse one way and then another way
Yep.
and then 2 different layouts. And
You have the layout sorted for.
and three of them are all night events. So
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's cool. That'll be
Yeah.
cool. That
The
brings a good
first-
element to
First
it.
3 are Fridays,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
last one's
A Sunday.
Is that Championship Sunday?
Nice.
The layouts on the skid pad. If you already obviously worked those out.
No.
Okay.
No, we know what layouts work and what don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
We haven't.
Will it be something
Yeah.
something people are familiar with?
Well, we have a comp layout
Okay.
and then probably a demo layout.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
because we do demos. We do a different layout because it just for a regular grassroots day doesn't flow the best to
Yeah.
keep cycling.
Nobody's
people.
gonna be able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
practice this during
Yeah.
an event anyways, so
Yeah.
it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
The demo layout's really fun.
The demo.
I'm just thinking about those days when people are all the way around.
Yeah.
hill
Right.
and
That's
everything.
going to be a cool. I think like clubhouse is going to be awesome.
Spectator-wise.
But spectator wise on skid pad, and you're going to feel, I just imagine as a driver, almost like you're in more of an arena because people are going to be a lot closer, a lot more tightly packed. That should be pretty cool.
Yep.
Tire size for comps,
235.
standard. That's it.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
I
The one
love
question
that.
this kid Austin keeps asking me. He asked me last one in this year, and I don't have an answer to, I guess. But he's like, "Well, what about the front tire?"
Front doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that's true. But what if someone shows up with like a 355?
Good for them, I guess. Like they're not going to be any faster with a big front tire.
But yeah, it's a 235 rear. It's like a D1 street legal inspired,
Mhm.
right? Momentum, snaps,
Yeah.
rolling start, right? So It's going to be we're going to do the rolling start, not from a drag race.
I
You know,
love the 235
Streetcar
thing.
inspired, but they're going to have cages.
It's
So
elephant in the room.
Yeah, so let's
So-
Crack it wide open.
So yeah,
like
let's
that.
get
Yeah.
all right. So we talked about the schedule that's released. We
Yeah.
talked about the comps. Okay, cages. That's
Yeah.
been a hot topic for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
You've had to make some changes. Can I ask? And again, for any questions I ask, you can say, we got to skip
I got
that.
to go. And
So
this right now.
Gotta go.
was this something you guys came up with? Was it influenced by the track?
So
Did
there's risk in everything.
Yeah.
Right? This was my call.
Yep.
The track trusts us to run the events appropriately.
Yep.
There's risk in everything. Nothing major's ever happened, but it doesn't mean something will. Well, it won't, right? So it was probably October I started thinking about this.
Yeah.
And I talked to a bunch of people,
Yep.
you know, and
So that is one point I wanted to emphasize on this too, because again, what I'm seeing, and I really didn't talk to you guys individually, just little chats here and there, mainly just to check in on your sanity.
It was brutal.
To
like,
just
a couple
truly
days.
just like, make a joke here or two.
yeah.
But what cannot be construed through a Facebook group chat is what happened, how it happened, and reasonings why. And that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to get these guys on to talk about this,
Yeah.
so the people who are making their comments and making their judgments can have an opportunity to listen. So
I get that people are good drivers individually, and a correct tandem close together. You really don't have that issue of really killing into someone's car,
Those
right?
big,
Because
those
you're
big
closer.
impacts.
Yeah.
It's the problem lies when you're multiple car lengths apart and you're not really
Yep.
there. So then I'm thinking about it even more. Okay, so now we've it was one thing when it was just a skid pad, and then we did Clubhouse, and now we're hot lapping Clubhouse. Now we're doing the road course full road course into it. We're getting more. We're selling out A groups now.
Yep.
Right. So there's more and more cars on track. So back to those hard hitting impacts. What's to say that next group is trying to slow down? Something happens, they go off on the grass to avoid it, but then hits an impact. Right. There's more and more risk involved.
There's a lot more
cars on track.
and in particular for A group, because one of my
It is A
thoughts
group,
personally is we're and again what we're discussing here is Cage is an A group,
Yep.
and one of my thoughts personally, truly for a year and a half, couple years, I'd say, is just the speed A group in particular carries. Introducing that more additional speed
Turn 3.
turns
like,
into
so
more
fast.
potential.
Yeah, but our biggest alarm that went off was reversed into turn 1.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we had this.
if his car wasn't caged,
that would have
Way
been
different.
bad.
it would have been
Like,
a completely
literally, I
different
have
situation.
photos. It's the driver's side that he hit because it's a right-hand drive car, but
Yeah.
driver's side wheels were probably a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Passenger side wheels 5 feet off the ground,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And this full-on side impact.
Yeah.
For anyone who wasn't aware of, a particular car when they were running reverse, right? Turn 1,
Reverse
course.
road course. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn 1, he went way wide.
It comes so
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
It comes so quick.
He's like,
You're
oh,
an
it's fourth
experienced
gear, blah, blah,
driver.
blah,
So
well,
that's-
you got a decel.
That's
Lay
one
out
thing
has not
too,
been
is like,
run.
again, the reality is as grassroots as everything is, and as compelling and inviting as you guys are, and as easy to work with as you guys are, at the end of the day, it's a motorsport.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are on a track that has high speed
Yep.
straights and corners that can, again, as you say, the risk jumps up significantly.
Yep.
Exponentially, especially when you get in certain groups and the motor and the speed is introduced.
And there's other cars on track.
Yeah.
So
Kind of had to draw the line somewhere and figure out where
You-
was appropriate
and that,
for that.
And so just to alleviate Staggered Motorsports Festival,
Yep.
we're drifting full road course.
Yep.
Full road course.
Which again
Back section around the hill.
introduces
Everything.
the,
Full
Yeah.
thing.
and
So,
I want to
No
get into that
limitations.
because I want to get into that in a bit because there's logistical issues that I want to discuss or
Yep.
just not discuss but ask what you're going to do about
so
because that introduces more.
yeah, and I can't ask Time Attack and Wheel to Wheel racers to meet a rule book of full cages and then allow non-caged drift cars to go out on the same track.
Yep. So to be
Right.
clear, again, from the introduction of the new implemented rules. Now, let's start kind of not necessarily from the beginning, but let's lay this
Let's
out.
see, it was 2012.
It was
10 years
introduced
ago.
introduced on the Facebook page. The rules itself were out now for people to adjust for next year, if I'm correct.
No, so we are grandfathering current A group drivers
Yep.
that
That-
aren't caged.
that have driven more than just 1 year.
Yeah,
Okay, so if you're A group and you show up this year, new,
you got to be caged to get in.
got to be caged to get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And to be fair, if anyone is coming and has not driven with us before, they're not going straight into A.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
but,
yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't let that happen. Unless
Just
people
as a
vouch for
general
you.
rule
yeah.
of thumb.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Okay, yeah,
new.
that's a good
Yeah.
point too. Right.
But most
Right.
other clubs already require it anyways.
Yep.
But
We're last to the party here.
yeah. it's-
Anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
You
We
know,
technically
everyone else.
We had a
are
good
last to the
run.
Party.
Yeah. So,
I put it like this: you don't want to be the reason. You don't want to be the last one to have to put this in because something happened.
right.
And again, you don't want to, for this instance, don't want to put the cart before the horse and let,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we should have done that 2
Oh,
years ago.
We had
Right.
an absolute tragedy.
Yep.
The next event, you need a cage because we can't let this happen again.
Yep. And you don't even get the opportunity to be grandfathered in because
Yeah.
something unfortunately happened. You're cut off.
Or even that. I mean,
It's
wouldn't
subject
be-
to
wouldn't
change.
be
Yeah,
here,
it
right?
could be.
It wouldn't happen.
Right.
Could be completely rigid.
Something. Yeah. Something serious happens. Who knows what?
Yeah.
With the outcome, right? But I do know the A group drivers that we have that aren't caged. I trust well enough.
Yeah.
And then we even just tighten the rules on that a little bit.
Yep.
Right. With the actual road course portion, but yeah, 2024. It's going to be cages,
It
right?
is what it is, right.
It is what it is.
So
and
we have a provision too that's going to allow, there's a little leeway to it, right? Like you can do a solo run
yeah,
if you were not fully
Okay, that's
caged.
that's what I was, and truly, that's what I wasn't clear on via all the stuff.
Yep.
Because it was it's A group, but only if you're running road course 3+ tandem. But that's not
so
the exact.
yeah, no. So Clubhouse Hot Laps is going to be the same way.
Yeah.
Clubhouse Friday, early afternoons or Saturday. When there's
Less
it's different,
potential.
right? It's different. But,
Yeah.
when we're doing an event and we're partying, and we're having a good time.
The mood changes once it hits 5 p.m. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Gets a little
Yeah.
lot or nice, not even a little, a
People,
lot more
yeah,
hectic.
people getting cocky.
The
Yeah.
underglow
People
comes
getting
out.
showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrenaline's going. Food level.
Your girlfriend gets out of work. She's in the car with you now.
Trying to show off.
Yep.
You guys just ate dinner. You
the
got the
man.
bed going. The
And
air
that's the
mattress
thing.
is filling up. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
The glissies are on the grill.
Right.
Yep.
Dice is
Kielbasa's
rolling.
out there.
Because at the end of the day, people cannot like it. People don't like change. We get it. You're trying to keep people safe.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
I have a responsibility.
It's
to
not.
uphold.
It's
Yeah.
not like there's nothing you're. In fact, what you unfortunately had to do was take the brunt of people being pissed.
And
It's not like
let
you're
me tell
gaining
you, dude,
anything from it.
I got screenshots of people talking smack, right? Mr. Jordan put all those memes up. I bust his balls every other day about it.
He's
Uh.
gonna catch shit for the next year from us because the amount of shit he put us through.
But
And he's still
honestly,
going.
God
yeah,
bless.
he's
He's
still,
still
going.
going.
God bless.
Yeah. Um,
Pardon
I-
me.
people. So I kind of did it right. We did it in stages. I made the post a week and a half before we released the rules.
Fire starter over here.
But I kind of wanted, because really, Shabby's was saying in January, December, listen, if you're going to, because he didn't know if I was going to make the decision or not.
Yeah.
But he's like, if you're going to make the decision, you might as well do it now so people have the time.
I kind of
To
somehow
get the conversation
found out.
moving.
I kind of somehow found out before the banquet, and I thought you were going to mention it then.
I hadn't decided.
Okay.
The bank was really tough for me. I had a bad,
We
Yeah.
we are
I was a,
we are one of the we are thriving with grassroots cars.
Yeah.
That's our
yeah.
That's our bread
goal.
and butter.
That's
our
right.
goal.
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
cage my car
Yeah.
ever.
Right.
I don't want to.
Right.
He's talking all the way up here, cutting his dashboard.
Yeah.
That hurts me.
Yeah.
Thinking
So,
about
yeah,
it.
so-
I don't want to do that.
But that's my mentality too. I don't want a caged car.
Yeah.
So that's what my thought in making that post on the forum was, listen, guys, people know the style of car I like. I like a street car. I like a clean car, right? But I have my appointment. I'm getting caged, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm practice what you preach. So that was some of the people were like, "Oh, you must have an in or blah blah." You know, they're like
Well, that's
throwing
right.
digs at me for that. I'm
I'll
like,
quote
"Fuck
this
you."
one. They get enough of my money.
Who?
That was a quote.
Oh, yeah.
I get enough
yeah.
of. They get enough of my money, as if we're making
Money.
commission off.
Right, that's the.
I'm like,
I was gonna say that's the thing is again
and that
like I was
hurts, man. 'Cause
trying
we are looking out for everybody in this situation,
and like that's what I was trying to elaborate
sucks.
on is just like you're getting nothing out of this.
Nothing. Yeah,
Again, all
nothing.
you're doing, hypothetically, for lack of a better term, is you're pissing people off.
Yep.
But at the same time, for the reason of trying to keep people safe.
yeah. So then, to elaborate on the confusion even more, I kind of put it on Garrett's lap to develop the rule in some ways, and he didn't know either, right?
So the first time I found out about it was that post that he put up talking about the plastic thing. I got tagged in that, and my phone literally was on fire that day, like with people just random. So
we are very organized. Aside from this little hiccup,
we looked through.
we got.
So we looked through like a bunch of
'Cause
different rule
didn't
sets.
I didn't decide until that day. Literally, that was when I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it.
It
Yeah.
was he dropped that bomb, dropped the mic, walked
Because
away.
in fairness, it's on your shoulders. Again, if something happens, especially if you're on the verge of making this decision anyway.
Yeah.
If you say nothing and something happens, like you're gonna feel
Yeah.
10
yeah.
times worse than you do feel with some people being
Right.
angry about it.
Absolutely. So Dairy Queen with a full cage.
I like Justin.
It's like Justin too. You can.
So-
There's no rules against driving around town with a fucking helmet on. There's no rules.
No,
there's nothing
but-
against it. Get a cool helmet. I
And
got
So-
stickers on mine.
I'll say this: there was a lot of thought and back and forth that went in talking to a bunch of different people,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
assemble these rules. Read them carefully. There's things in there for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
because that was one of the big complaints I'd seen is
We have a
much,
standard.
too much kind
Yeah.
of gray area. Do you feel
We
the
have a
second
standard, and
sec-
people wouldn't let it be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we tried to let it be a certain way.
Yeah, we
and
tried a
people
gray
were
area.
getting really specific about it, and
Too-
that's what made it harder.
Yeah.
Reading
100%.
between the lines too much and right, I get what you're
So
saying.
we wrote it up to where, you know, there's some spots for you where you can wiggle around and work some things out.
some leniency.
Yeah. But people got really, really specific, and we had to write more things in, and that wasn't fun for the way we had it written.
At
so
all. Yeah.
It's
Dumb
very
questions.
inclusive.
so
For
Let's just say that.
this is a freestyle type. We could start some. That was a good thing. It's,
yeah. No, if there's something that pops
if-
up in there.
If A class gets to do road course, does B class at least get to do normal clubhouse? There's many reasons,
Yeah.
multiple reasons why
We
we
don't.
run it the way we run it.
Yeah.
To be
there's-
honest, I wanted to see
Pub-
how it went last year, and I ran a couple B group sessions reverse in my car. It's awesome. It feels like
It's
a Matt
so-
Surrey.
But
If
not
you
only that-
say it's boring,
It's so
you're not
kill-
pushing yourself.
So hold
Yeah.
on. B class
Run
reverse clubhouse.
Yeah.
reverse.
But
and
they
it's
only do
single-
one lap.
Okay.
There's no.
Oh, right,
downhill.
So there's no
'cause-
downhill.
Yes, I
But-
remember
and
that.
here's the big reason why, B guys. Intermediate, because I don't like using ABC. Intermediate group.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because more cars stay on track that way.
It is.
We
I counted,
are fighting an uphill battle with offs. And it's all groups, right? There's offs on the skid pad, and it's all blacktop, right? It's
Yeah.
all blacktop,
Right.
and there's offs on the skid pad. Clubhouse, there's offs, and that is Scott's biggest headache. He doesn't want us off.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't. We fill ditches. I say we, us,
Lux City Lawn Care.
Lux City Lawn Care. People, we do it twice a year.
Yep.
But that's not, and it's not just us. I have saved in my Instagram other tracks. I really want. I can't wait, Andy. I hope you're listening. I want to make a very funny video because people have done it. Just crying because of the 1 foot
and they
ruts.
tag us in it.
Yeah, the track is
I've
40
been tagged
feet
in it.
wide. Why you can't keep it on the track?
I mean, Mustang's
Yeah.
pretty long.
So
Yeah.
reverse does a really good job
Of keeping you on the track.
Okay.
because where you're transitioning, you have more space to get
Yeah.
into that corner
Yeah.
when you're pushing wide on
And
it.
there's no turn. There's no entry.
No entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So people are not wiping out, going off backwards.
Yep. Right.
know.
You can just start gradual start into it, and yeah.
the uphill, which would be downhill turn 1.
Yep.
The uphill turn 4, 3, whatever it is in
Yeah.
reverse. It kind of sucks you in versus going down the other way. It sends you out. So Scott, the track. They it's not just Scott, it's the track, right? There's that rocky gravel. They can't stand that. People stay in the throttle. That's why they put the tire walls up, and
Yep.
you stay in the throttle, shoot it, and keep going. Setting them reverse, that doesn't happen because the track is naturally sucking you in.
Yep.
So
Pushing you
Yeah.
you away from that side.
And to
In
be
all
honest,
honesty,
it's so much fun though.
when we first planned it out, that was the way we intended on running it.
Yep.
It just the downhill's not safe right now.
Yep.
On a private day, my choice would be reverse.
Yeah,
That's my choice.
Yep.
flicking into that
it
downhill.
flows.
Oh yeah.
It flows so much better.
Yeah.
And
So if B Group wants to really get better, what we would probably start letting them do is let them hit turn 3 backwards
Yep.
of road course, right? Like we do on the private days.
right,
Remember
right,
my
right.
360s and stuff?
Yeah.
360 attempts.
Oh, I remember.
Very close, by the way.
So they can hit that on their
Yeah.
way out.
But the problem with them is they're manjing 5 times before we actually have the shutoff right now. So if you're going to do that, we're not letting you turn.
We want to see, you walk a corner out straight, walk the wheel back,
drift the racing line.
burn out,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
on your way out
Yeah.
of the corner.
Gain
not
speed and then
slappy
Yeah.
salmon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a huge problem, right? Of like having some driving styles and other driving styles, and then trying to come up with a clean cut rule for all of them.
For everything, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of variables.
Yep.
I was going to say this before, kind of a dumb question.
Never.
Can A group drivers drop down to B?
Well, they're gonna have to if they don't. meet
So
the
that's what I mean.
requirements.
It's
And
just
they want
if-
to drive like that, but
Yeah.
I don't see this year at least anyone really doing that.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
some of our more mature drivers, they go and warm up on the skid pad with B.
And with the way
And
this
I-
is
Tim Kennedy's #1 guy to do that.
And it's awesome,
He
right?
loves it.
every time.
George
Yeah.
Omskin, he does it. It's I respect it so much, right? Because they know how the car performs.
Yep.
And okay, I'm going to go warm it up, do a couple shakedowns before I go out.
Yeah.
Maybe I should take note. Because my problem is when I go out,
you come out swinging
Yeah.
immediately.
yeah,
Anybody sees me drive, the first lap I do, sight lap.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the second lap, I don't clutch kick. I ease into it.
Men-
Get off the
You just
track,
want to feel
go
right. You
check my
have to.
car.
The mentality is a serious.
I was
thing.
going to
I'll
say
go
they're
check my
Michael's
car,
first lap.
and then I'll get into it. But I will take it turn by turn for a good few runs.
right. There's a
My
reason
problem
to
is
kind
I'm
of.
so antsy. I don't get enough time, right? So I
Do you feel that that's your only
You make the
opportunity?
most of the
So, yeah,
time.
yeah.
But like, it started for 2 years now. I've been on the schedule and everything. Walk the track. Every week, every event, people should be walking that track in the morning, because then you learn more about the track.
And you see it from points of view that you just don't
Yeah.
when you're flying by.
And it's just
Even to the curbing. Like
Yeah.
if
Right.
you walk up and look at the square edge of that thing,
Here's where I want to not.
you're
be.
not going to
Yeah.
put your wheel into it.
Right.
It's just like a good TV show. You watch it a second time, you pick up things that you
A
didn't
few
know
more
were there.
pieces.
but like when I race motocross, right? Every motocross race in the morning, that track is full.
You
People
go
just
out, you
walking.
kick some rocks off the
Yeah.
track. you
Right,
know.
right. Notice things. You know, it's funny. Again, when I'm out there just to photograph or video it, and I see something and, all right, track's not hot. You're going across. Just, oh, yeah, let me kick that off because that's going to suck if that, for me, I look at it as if that thing gets kicked up and hits somebody in the
Spectator
face.
windshield,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Going back to the cage stuff, you took a lot of different variables, used other examples to develop.
Yeah, so we looked at, NASA D1, we looked at Formula Drift and
SCCA.
SCCA. It seems like everyone seems to be building to Formula Drift spec,
Mhm.
which is fine. We
But-
asked a couple cage builders what they would like to see that they're not seeing in current cages in other series. And that was where, the one extra bar that a bunch of people had a problem with came in.
Yeah. Was that, I'm
So we
sorry, was
pulled
that
it.
the footwell
They
bar?
were calling it a floor bar.
Okay.
It's the one that braces the lower part of the main hoop.
Yep.
For side impact, right? Because this whole thing came about, we were talking about side impact.
Yeah, because
Right.
that's the biggest.
More than two cars. That
Yep.
third car is blind, slams someone who's at a standstill.
Yep.
And drifting, you mostly get side impact.
Yep.
So we were looking at doing that. We decided to pull a couple things out of there and, clarify, give examples of what constitutes as like a horizontal or a diagonal bar.
Yep.
it leaves some open to interpretation. So you're able to do a multitude of different things and still have it pass at this point.
And everyone was like, "Oh, you should just follow Formula Drift." Well, they don't have that problem, right? It's not grassroots drifting. It's 2 cars. That's it.
Right.
And they're close together. They're more like a classic NASCAR where they're gonna wrap the wall and spin a couple times. You know, and there's side impacts or head-on impacts. I'm not,
Yeah.
But
And I mean,
Yeah.
in some, like, right, there's some instances, last year in particular, was it Long Beach? I can't recall.
Yep.
Matt Field in the Corvette, there was a crash, and it was the first time I was watching FD and was like, oh, fuck. Obviously, it happened so quick. There was a point where Jersey barriers came to a point, and it could have been a very brutal side impact. Fortunately, he hit the other car.
Well, more like a rally crash where there's a point where
And there's a
T-bone-
tree.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Tree crashes. That's
Um,
where those sidebars usually come into play.
Yeah.
That lower bar there.
I don't understand what Ed's trying to say. Is he trying to be?
Side curtain airbags.
My car is 2015, side curtain, airbag, etc. You cannot tell me that a cage car is as safe on the street where I drive it often. Is he trying to be satire there?
I think he's, clapping back up there at someone else.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, of course, on the street.
Well, your airbags
sure.
aren't going to protect your legs from getting pinned.
True.
True.
But also we're not asking
Yeah, I don't know what's
making.
happening,
Not
but I
asking
don't
for
know.
intrusion bars either. So
Yeah.
Um,
Just
Shut
wait
up,
till-
Ed.
Just wait till
Shut it.
just wait till
We
I
know what
introduce
you
the
mean.
Hans device.
Go cut some holes in your hood.
so obviously, that's the biggest thing to come out of.
What are the new rules? No electric cars. That was one we came up with tonight.
oh, we got to put that in there. I mean, there's
We tweaked some rules.
no exoskeleton.
We got a new
or
tire
tube
machine.
chassis
You did get a
cars.
new tire
We got
machine,
a
snap-on tire
dude.
machine.
The longest debate ever.
The
Yeah.
convertible thing, roll bar,
Yep, roll bar for
which
convertibles.
is
Yeah.
keeping standard
Oh my
with
god!
other
It's
tracks.
gonna be. We're gonna make a frequent ask question, and it's gonna be the freaking vert roll
Yeah.
cage question.
I'm just gonna ban verts.
I answer it 3 times a day. I swear, I answer it 3 times.
It
a
is
day.
written in there exactly what you
So
need.
what are, and I'm asking this from a, driver standpoint, learning things.
No Corvettes 2023.
What
Justin, you're killing it tonight, dude.
what are or
New
where can
Balance.
somebody find? Are you guys going to further elaborate on that PDF you put out
No.
eventually with anything, pictures, or examples, or
We'll update it for 2024.
okay,
Right now,
right?
It-
because there is going to be
we can change
more
we can
learning curve
rename
this
it,
year.
but
'cause
it doesn't even have
that's-
a date in it.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I
What
was
did
telling
you-
people all the time, they're all stressing about these cages things. And in our group chats, I said, listen, this is the first time that we're putting these rules out. The more questions you are going to ask,
Yep.
the more in detail that we're going to have to make it.
you're
because
making
Right.
it
people are
tighter by
nitpicking
asking
it.
Yeah, it's
questions.
exactly-
You're
Like-
making it harder for us to just try something.
Let us have
and
gray
this-
area.
Yep. Try something that's going to have to change, but it is
It's
a
like these
working.
guys that are fabricators getting offended by us putting this rule out there.
Yeah, that's exactly what, and drilled us for all these questions when we just kind of left it as a gray area. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to be putting you're making them spend extra money. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
Formula Drift this
Yeah.
won't pass your
Guess what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, dude.
Don't come.
I don't think he ever has.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Nailed it.
So another question I had, there are some other events that they're canceled. They're not going to happen anymore. Lost access to whoever they were. So,
yeah.
so I suspect there will be an influx of drivers, influx of people trying to get in. Anything you're doing differently?
No.
Really,
we are. We're having more oval.
Oh, Fridays we'll have more oval. Yeah.
Okay.
Saturdays aren't gonna have oval.
Yeah, we're having more
because
oval.
that's I think one of your biggest hurdles
Oval's
is
killer.
just the sheer amount of people that are going to be in every group now. And like you said, A group is growing too.
Well, we've always had a limit.
I was going to say you cap it.
We've
It's not
always
like
capped
right.
it. And
There's a manageable number.
It
yeah.
sucks. You're gonna upset people no matter what you do, no matter
Yeah.
how. You
Right. There's
handle
not
it.
because that's
Someone's
the thing
gonna
is
be on the short end of the straw that they draw, and it's
Yeah.
not. And not everybody's gonna be able to get in.
Yeah.
It is.
So-
and that's the thing. I was even having a conversation with somebody today of and they happen to mention like, oh, I'd pay more just for.
Yeah, but that's taken away from
But
other people.
that's the thing. It's just
Yeah.
like there's
It-
no.
People say name your price. We'll get
Yeah.
DMs.
Yeah.
Tell me how much I need to pay.
I'll do
Like,
double.
pay the whole
I'll
season
pay
up
double.
front.
It's
Yeah.
not about the money
Yeah.
here.
Right,
That's
no,
not
It's
it's
why
about the
just
we're
product
saying
we're
no.
offering.
Right.
Hi,
Um,
Raph. Thanks for coming, Raph.
So, but what we've actually done is each cap is down 5 people because we're selling gift cards,
Yep.
and so the gift cards only work in person.
Yep. So you have
And-
to save spaces for those people.
Yeah, so it's almost like a season pass,
Yeah.
or guaranteed spot.
How much can I get a gift
It's a
card for?
flash pass.
Can I
It's
get
a
it?
flash pass.
It's on the website.
Is it real? Okay.
Yeah. Sign up for our email list. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to.
Uh,
I should actually
There
because
are
I have.
reserved spots at every event for gift card holders.
But you have to reach out.
You have to reach
There is
out
a fine
72 hours
Okay.
within registration
Yeah,
opening.
yeah, yeah.
But that's
But we'll
really
guarantee
cool.
that spot.
We'll say
yeah.
one more time. You have to reach
72
out
hours.
before it opens online.
Yeah, no, it's 72 hours within it opening. That's why we.
Oh,
that's
in
why we.
opening.
Within
yeah,
an
within it,
opening,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not within the event.
No, not within the. if
Within
it's
the
84
registration
events,
for
yeah.
the event.
Christ.
Right, we need
Yeah.
to grab a drink.
Shook, that's correct. Yeah, if Shook thinks he's coming back and right into B group, that's incorrect. He's going to C group.
You have to have 5 events in a
like-
row to
like-
establish yourself in
So
one group.
the complete opposite of what we were talking about with like Tim Kennedy and George, like going practicing
Oh, here we
before.
go.
The complete opposite is
Intermediate
people that take a year and a half off.
Yep.
And then some people are accepted, but take a year and a half off, build a whole different car, chassis and everything, and then think they're up a group, or not.
Right.
'Cause they
Think of
built
the
yeah,
think of that not seat time, even
Yeah.
though they're
Their
involved in
200
drifting,
horsepower car just turned into 600 horsepower car.
and
They're
they
Yeah.
can just
automatic
jump.
in.
Right. I get
Right.
what you're saying.
no, that's not how. And then they can't figure it out or whatever. No, that's not how it works.
Yep.
You're doing something. You're making the car turn in a way it wasn't designed to turn.
Right. So it's yeah.
Yeah.
There's a thing to it.
Yeah.
It's the relationship with the track. Still very good.
I hope so.
From your
Yeah,
from
yeah,
as far
yeah.
as you know.
No, yeah, I sent him a picture of the new tire machine. And he was like, "Oh wow, that's a big step up. Better keep that old one for those animals that don't know how to use it, or something like that." No, I have a meeting.
Tire
with
machine lessons.
I have a meeting with them next week, and
Yep.
yeah, no, it's good. They helped me out with Sagard this year, right? And
Part
Yeah,
of it
we
again
could-
in the chat.
Automatic acre.
We can go into that next.
So that's what I was going to say is
Self-bump.
with that relationship continuing, Lock City Drift events, again, working out with you guys and them, that leads to multiple other things. Staggered Motorsports Festival in particular.
Yep.
This September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd,
That's
I
it.
believe. Now with that comes more challenges. Both from operations, logistics, how you're going to handle this event because it's to date going to be the biggest event I believe that you guys are holding, and meaning that as far as a vast thing
Yeah.
of
what's going on? And
motorsports stuff, show stuff. Obviously, when I say motorsports, we're talking drifting, time trial racing,
time
essentially,
attack.
with different groups in both parts, demos as well for Staggered, I'd imagine.
Yep.
So
So Friday is basically FP1 practice day.
Yep.
Right. Practice for drifting, practice for time attack, full road course stuff. Friday evening jumps into clubhouse drifting.
yep.
Saturday, that is when we're doing the actual timed events. We'll have a 1 hour during the day, full drift, road course, full road course. Because it is a full, like a typical road course day, we will have about an hour downtime of other things. We might have a BMX group. We might have a couple other things to do because the track marshals need to take their lunch break.
Right. Need to take a break. Yeah.
And then back into Saturday evening, back to clubhouse drifting. We have we're working on this stage, right? It's a pretty big stage. We're lining up a DJ, like
Oh boy. Yeah.
like a
A local Boston area DJ.
like
It's like Steve Aoki
He does like
Maybe
Shrine,
not that big, but big.
but he
Yeah.
does Shrine.
I don't know
he does
anybody.
New
I
York.
would
He does
say.
Boston. Like
Yeah.
you know, he's a
So
he will,
no
he
name.
will
if
not
you
be
will.
throwing cake like Steve.
Okay, I
Vai.
wasn't quite sure. I was
Um,
gonna, pull my pants down and get cake.
I mean, it's at the point where he's like, okay, who's doing the pre-show, right? You know, so
Oh, wow.
He's
okay.
looking for openers.
Is he
Yeah,
gonna
openers,
Is he gonna
yeah.
need a rider as well for his green room? Is
Yeah.
he-
I mean,
Um,
maybe Chuck and I will have to talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
that would be cool. So
but
actually,
because Garrett does Friday nights, right? We
Yep.
we do the DJ thing there at the grid. So this is just gonna, kind of follow that same path. We're gonna do, obviously we'll have a bonfire, and then Sunday, so each day we'll have select show cars, maybe neck breakers and a couple more.
Yep.
Obviously-
Again, just to bring
obviously
that
the
vibe
food-
to it
yeah,
as
the
well.
food trucks and all that. We'll have a DJ all day like we do for the Stagger too.
Yep.
but probably not on the main stage. Main stage is cool because then come Sunday, that's when we could do the awards and stuff on the main stage.
Multi-purpose stage.
yeah, that makes sense.
And so Sunday will be more of a classic staggered with the full blown show.
Yep.
Drift demos and then a K car race.
Oh boy, that'll be cool.
Yeah, if we can get the drivers right, we're shooting for like 6 cars.
You know what's
Yep.
going to be the hardest thing about this is figuring out which car you want to bring. Like, if Chuck
Yeah.
walks outside,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna.
what car is he going to take?
He
to
has
the-
enough.
If
friends
we
to
have
get
a
everything
cake,
down
Yeah.
there.
Or we'll have a booth.
You put
So
a friend in each car.
we're gonna have
and
to-
take
You'll
them
have a
all?
booth.
yeah,
Perfect. Anyone looking for a booth? Participants at staggeredautoshow.com.
boom. Good
Yeah.
good segue.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Set you up.
Name this podcast, this episode, and you'll get 5% off.
Because
There
I
we
want to,
go.
I want to bring the E39, but I've also been looking at like Cosi K1s to put on the Mark II.
Yeah.
like-
I'm confused because you got tech all 3 days.
No,
I haven't been to a single
No,
staggered
no,
meeting,
well,
so I'm not on the roster yet.
Yeah.
You haven't been to a single staggered in 5 years.
The tech.
We changed the date for Garrett.
Keep having them
Yeah.
while I'm on vacation.
Yeah, because Garrett's been going to.
I went to
O-
Outer Banks with
OBX,
Shook last
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
not with Shook, but he was there.
So don't tell. Yeah.
So okay, a couple things to unpack here.
So logistically, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
In particular, the time attack stuff.
Yeah.
How many classes?
So we're talking. So we're shooting for peer correct, right?
Yep.
Of 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Okay.
And
Enthusiasts, maybe.
enthusiasts, right?
And go
So
forth.
there is going to be tech, and within those 3 we'll say the 3 main groups, there's going to be 2 levels, maybe 3 levels,
Mhm.
based on the skill and the car setup.
Yep.
So there's going to be an enthusiast level where it's almost going to be like SCCA Track Nights of
Yep.
America. We're going to set up more chicanes on the track with cones, so that way they can't get
Can't
the speeds.
top out on the straight.
Yep.
Right. right.
But then the people that hold licenses and have a fully caged car and the Hans devices,
Yeah.
have the track experience, credentials. We hope to, get a good amount of those to offer 80s, right? 90s, 2000s.
I was going to say that's right.
Yeah.
Your how many people sign up is going to help dictate with the classifications and things like
Yeah.
that.
So
As far as like ahead of time, are you going to ask people to send photos and just give a breakdown of their vehicle just so you haven't?
we're gonna have application.
Okay.
Make sure that in a rule list and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then even more specifically, because we also are planning heat racing, wheel to wheel race.
Okay.
Maybe like a hot hatch group.
Yep.
Something like that. That's going to take more rules, and the more I talk to people, I want to say they're kind of cliquey. Where not cliquey might be the right word. They don't like driving with people they haven't. They don't like racing with people they haven't.
I
raced
can
with.
understand that,
So-
right? Because there's some risk. You
So-
get a couple Mavericks out there.
So that might not be fulfilled, but
Yeah.
that is the goal. Right?
It's something
Yeah.
you'd like to, attain to.
Yeah. Maybe next year.
Right,
you know. But it's a heavy topic in our meetings, right? That okay, how do we coordinate, work this out?
Yeah.
Type thing. Because like I said, we don't want 2019 Mustangs, Corvettes.
Right.
We're shooting for.
Because for one, it'd be cool as hell to see some of these cars on track.
Yep.
Cool to see them with each other.
Yep.
Yeah. So I
I
completely
love-
get
I want
that.
to see
I love
cars
every-
that people have had to work on.
I love
Yeah.
everyone's enthusiasm. Oh, I want to take my drift car around the track. That's cool.
Yeah.
But this, at the same time, what you said, you're going up against guys that are doing this to do this.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not
Your
taking,
drift car is
they're
not
not
set up for
taking
this.
their
Yeah.
car and they're bringing it to the drift track to try and drift.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know?
We're
Right.
Your Honda Fit that's driving you to and from work does not belong on the time attack track.
Yeah.
Matt Lee.
Shots fired.
Matt Lee.
I mean, listen, Matt Lee wants to put some sway bar links on
Yeah.
and some tires, whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're welded diff,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is a
Well,
a serious event
I think
that
there,
we are doing a lot of work with.
in particular, there's this one dude who showed up at a track day in a GTR, and I was like, hot damn, this is the fastest I've ever seen anyone go around this track in person.
Yep.
It was like alarmingly fast. Again, after
And because
watching
we're
Drift
not
Guy.
like a sanctioning body, right? We're not a traveling grid life.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know who's who, right?
Yep.
So back to cages. There's risk and everything.
Again, there's
right?
going to be a learning
So-
curve. Right. Right. Because
Yeah, when you open up a new event, to these people,
I was going to say, in your unfamiliarity with none of these potential people.
Yeah.
Um,
But we are working with some people that do have that do have the experience in this, right?
Yeah. I was going to say this in particular, I feel like you're going to work a little bit closer with the track just for,
Yep.
being advised and especially the help with the marshals and things like that.
Yep. And then, we're talking about all this coordination, like logistics of the layout of the facility.
Right. Right. That's because there's going to be a shit ton of people there.
Yeah.
A lot of moving
where
pieces,
do you park everybody?
especially if you have
Like,
spectators who are not familiar with how things are ran near the paddock.
hot pits, cars in and out,
Right.
people walking around.
Right. And again, it is going to be an event where you want to be spectator heavy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and that's a main reason why Sunday is more like a classic stagger.
Because right,
So
that
Friday,
separates. Yeah.
Saturday would be the motorsports aspect of it.
Yeah.
The drifting at majority of the drifting at night, and then transition to our Sunday.
Friday.
And then the K car race is perfect on Clubhouse, right?
That'd
so
be
we don't
awesome.
we don't have to change that.
I've
logistically.
legit thought
That's
about
gonna be
that
so much fun.
multiple times of
Well,
how
he-
much fun it would be to
If
have
it was up to him, we would have done a Power Wheels race.
Oh yeah.
like
I've been asking for a golf cart race for years.
just I just picture like spectator drags on Clubhouse. Just watching that, I mean, again, within reason.
Yeah.
But like the fit versus the potato. You know, it just just fun, underpowered cars that who the hell knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. How much of that is taking your time up? You've mentioned meetings a handful of times. I mean, you guys are investing a lot of time, I'd
we
imagine,
meet-
into this.
We meet every week.
Okay, that's a perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meet every week.
This week we've met twice already this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna meet
When we're
again
at the
tomorrow.
shop, when we're at the shop, we're
Yeah.
20,
Yeah, so we
20%
built
of
an
it is
so we built an
business.
office at our shop. Right?
Yep.
You know, got a giant whiteboard, and we just been plugging away at all our ideas, our costs. I mean, 'cause that's a huge thing. Staff. We need 55 staff members
So
a day.
that's what I was. Holy shit!
55 people a day.
That's what I was just going to ask.
we
you
might be able to
is-
slim it down to like
When's the application drop for that?
now.
So
Yeah. If
yeah.
you
So
want it,
I was just
yeah.
going to say, is there
all hands on
is it
deck.
volunteer staff or is this paid as
It's
well? Like,
negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you inquire within.
especially, and again, if anybody's listening who potentially has familiarity with motorsport events, that could not change anything, but at least bring some to the table to help.
Right.
You know, it's. I'm not trying to insult, but this is not an event where you're gonna come and get a free T-shirt.
Yep.
And you're just gonna point. We need people to. This is a big volume event.
Right.
Our plan is to have as many spectators as possible.
Yeah.
As many cars as possible.
This is
bigger than a drift event.
it's a
bigger than
mature-
staggered.
Yeah.
it's a mature event. It's a
Right.
it's a growth event for you guys
So,
as
I mean-
organizers and
Historically, I've always wanted to do like a destination style event.
yeah
Like Wolfskart's really cool
Yep.
in the sense of where they are. And
yeah where it is everything
I-
surrounding it.
We took a year off from Staggered. I was really trying to get into this place in the Berkshires. That was just beautiful. It would never have turned into a racing type of event. It would
Yep.
have been a destination event for that. H2O was sick, right? Because you got to go down to Ocean City with the strip. Garrett and his friends do the OBX thing because it's beautiful there, all the photos. So how do I, as a promoter, how do I get a destination event at a racetrack?
Right. It's staring you right in the face.
Yeah, it's a racetrack.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
what do I like, right?
Yeah.
Mark IIs, right? Nissans, Mercedes, 190s, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do we put this on now? And do it. So
I was going to say, right, because dreaming it up and having the idea is one thing. That's the easy part.
Yep.
Now, implementing that, and again, like you said, 55 people a day to help.
Yep. And we got to coordinate with our vendors, right? Last year we had 30 vendors. So we got to put 30 vendors. We're talking between the drift cars and the road course cars, 200, 180 cars. On track cars.
Actually.
A section for the show cars.
So
New England Overland Rally is the next week. So
Oh, wow. Jeez, I forgot. I didn't.
Saturday.
Yeah, so the Overland Rally demo, like we did last year at Sagard, we're going to have to do that. because
Has
the
to be
course is
set up. Right.
Food trucks. Where are we going to put the food trucks? Oh, yeah, we're talking about the stage. We're going to put the stage. RC drifters, right? BMX team, stunt show, right?
For as large of a footprint Thompson has, saying all this stuff, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
It can feel small
I think it's
real quick.
135,000 square feet.
Oh, we already ran out of room and haven't even placed vendors in any spots yet.
Right.
So Saturday is the main day.
Yeah. Sunday is the main day. Well, main motorsports day is Saturday, and then the main show day.
Sunday, yeah.
So Saturday, our projected numbers of what we're looking and what we feel like we can handle is 50 drifting,
Yep.
90 race cars, and 50 show cars.
Yep.
And on a drift event, we have about 120 max.
Yeah.
And that's packed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a packed. And those are
Right.
rigs.
Yeah.
So you're talking 90 race cars.
Because a drift event,
those
we
are
use the front
rigs.
straight for parking, right?
Yep.
But the advantage is we get to use the skid pad for parking, right? Because
Right,
we're not
'cause there's
drifting on the
nothing-
skid pad,
Right.
right? So, but
Right. The skid pad and above, if even possible, for.
No,
But
we need to keep it for
the bonfire and
bonfire.
camping and
Oh,
stuff. like
okay.
that.
All right. So, yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
multi
park.
day. You got to house all these people now.
Right.
Who want to camp.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it also lets us use other parts of the track we haven't, right? So behind the grandstands for the oval track stuff, that's where their food court is.
That whole.
So,
yeah.
So we're going to incorporate show cars in there with the food trucks, right?
Yep.
In and out of the bleachers.
Which will look cool just from a
Yeah.
photographic standpoint as well.
It's going to be full road course, so probably we're going to put historically at Sagard for the drift demo, the drifters are paddocked in the oval.
Yep.
We got to rent some fence and fence that off.
because it's also going to be used for
Hot track. It's
Right. For
track.
that. Yeah. That's because
Right.
that's what I was thinking. Is like, oh, what can you use in the oval? But still, you're
gotta-
going to have
part
to.
of the
You're going to have to shut it down at some point to go
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah. Well, we have an access road, but there's no fence.
Yep.
Like,
Just a
it's just all
Jersey
big
barrier.
grass, right?
Right. Right.
Once you get down in there. So,
and the scariest part is people will go anywhere.
yeah. You
We
think
were
about
at we did the Broke East demo,
That was.
and I get out of
wild.
my car and I look up and I see some kid standing
Multiple
on top of
kids.
the billboards.
yeah, they climbed the
Oh,
top of
jeez.
the billboards and they're just sitting there.
On the oval there, like if
Yeah.
you're down
Yeah.
at the skid pad looking
on the
over,
backside of
Yeah.
the Lynch.
I know
sign.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
turn around and they're streaming down the hill like through the bushes and stuff,
Yeah.
like
Jesus.
trying to walk to the skid pad
One of
because
them
they see
broke
the
their
drift
ankle.
demo.
We had to.
Yeah. But
A dozen people on the billboard.
so we need
Right. There's going to be logistics just to handle,
Yeah.
again, that many people. And it's not like you can be pulled. You're going to be pulled in so many different directions anyway. You can't police that yourself.
I'm going on vacation.
It's not going to be there.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Good luck.
I will say, usually, we don't set dates out for Staggered until at least July, August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never nail anything down remotely close. This year, the easiest thing has been the flyer. The flyer's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we got
We're
the flyer
pumped.
done.
A380 nailed it.
Yeah.
First try. That wasn't even a revision. We didn't even
Yeah.
ask for any edits.
That was
That's
it.
exactly what we wanted. The minute that got posted, I was like, "This is it."
We're
Right.
lucky.
You're committed now.
Yeah.
This
8380
is
is
gonna
so
be
good.
crazy.
Yeah, but we're meeting way.
I was going to say,
earlier than we have.
you're on the right
Yeah.
track. It's not like you haven't done anything yet.
I thought the hardest part was going to be to land a DJ. I'll be honest, Garrett helped out with that. They had made a contact with somebody, and the guy seems pretty interested.
Yep.
I just need to figure out the logistics of everything, of
Yeah,
how
'cause
we're going
now-
to make it work.
I didn't realize it. What is it? Smoke screen? What
Yeah,
is-
he's like, he sends me an email back, and it's a DJ, like
Things he requires.
lights,
Yeah.
CO2,
Yeah.
stage. I was like, fuck is CO2 for?
All
CO2
stuff that we're going to need at
cannons.
the revival
Yeah.
booth as
I was
well.
like, shit.
Right.
yeah.
So then he's like, I don't know if the track's gonna let the CO2 go because you know what is insurance or
Right,
whatever,
right,
you know?
right.
But then, and
they
then
should be okay with that, no?
Yeah, but I'm just a nervous Nelly sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
I gotta think the
So
worst.
I mean, this
right?
guy definitely knows his stuff, like all these Boston clubs and everything. So he's had a big helping hand in those. So
Yeah.
I think that he knows how to put on a good show.
Yeah,
So do I.
for
So
sure.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna golf cart with pyrotechnics.
There you go. We're gonna put a big cake.
So you're just gonna buy some fireworks and duct tape them to the golf cart?
Whatever number cart is yours, we're gonna put a big cake on the top. of all this-
82.
Is it
yeah,
gonna be?
82.
Is it gonna be caged?
Yeah, they are. They come factory caged.
So
short of my girlfriend broke up with me at Staggered. It was sick. Dude,
Nice.
Christian Mingle.
With that attitude, I would have too.
Oh my god.
She got
Got
over it though.
It doesn't sound like you're over it.
But yeah,
So, Staggered Motorsports Festival, lots of logistics, lots of figuring things out, but it is going to happen this year. It's going to be awesome.
It's
and
like-
then you roll right into Overland Rally.
yep.
But wait, there's more.
I hope the weather's better.
Oh, so does
Yeah,
the
the-
track.
Yeah, the weather was tough, but honestly, everybody who went had a great time.
Yep.
Like we got raved reviews.
It was really cool.
It was fun. You know, conceptually, we nailed it. You know, it was a hurricane. It was a leftover hurricane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
understandably, so I think we shifted the weekend.
I think the Overland Rally nailed everything. They just missed the crowd. They just needed
Which-
the
well,
crowd
because
which-
of the weather.
Beca-
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weather
It was awesome.
and
Yeah.
I think
It was.
everything that was
Yeah.
there was spot on.
I
Yeah.
had no interest in that stuff.
Yeah.
I went solely to support them and help them with whatever they needed. And I was bummed that I couldn't help them more because it wasn't.
your
Yeah,
thing.
the ve-
yeah.
the vent-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like,
Right,
they
right.
got
I
awesome
get what
But
you're saying.
vendors.
everything, all the details, the stuff that John had bought for the
Yeah.
show, to all the goodie bags and stuff, everything he had was legit. It was all perfectly made.
The
planned out
vehicles,
very
yeah.
well.
I think this
They're
year in
super
particular
cool.
is going to be better naturally anyway, 'cause
Yeah.
truly just word of mouth.
Yeah.
But even
Yeah.
around here, everyone's getting into overlanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
leave group chats because I don't want to look at this shit because I don't want that hobby.
You're not into ladders and stuff?
These guys are, you want to come out on the, no, I do
RTT?
not.
I want
RTT?
to do it.
Again, put them in the chat. Overland trucks can't get wet.
Well, they can't. They're the snorkel.
Literally
No,
any,
it
any
wasn't
truck.
that. It was like 'cause I can't.
No, it was just gross weather.
It was so windy. It was raining. Oh, the overnight, dude. The people that
The
were in
wind
the
was
rooftop tent,
brutal.
I had my awning on the camper. I rented a camper.
Yeah.
And I had to pull it in over at like 2:00 in the morning. I just felt for the people that were up over near the road, near the off road course, in the rooftop
just-
tents.
yeah,
I'm like,
I feel like the oval was just a wind tunnel of
Uh,
despair.
yeah, that's when yeah, you were there too.
Yeah, we were in the
It was
oval.
a sweet event though. It was so my wife was away, so it was me and my 3 kids
Yeah, in the camper.
in the camper. My aunt and uncle helped out. They were a great help. But so I have, for those that don't know, I have twin boys. They're just about 2 years old now, so they were probably a year and a half. They took off on a golf cart on their own. One did the throttle, and the other did the wheel.
What the hell?
Right across the oval, the grass. They loved it. They were like,
Yeah, it was the best time ever.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But it was like, was it that weekend? My daughter had a. Oh no,
She had a
The broken
she had a
arm.
broken arm.
Yeah.
Because that staggered.
She was having a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah. So at Staggered, I was thinking it was at Staggered. Yeah. The Friday before Staggered, she fell off the monkey bars at school.
Yeah.
I took her with me for the weekend. Go to a hotel. She complained a little bit at night. She complained a little bit in the morning. She didn't complain at all. She was driving because she learned how to drive a golf cart at a really young age too. So she was ripping the golf cart, hanging out,
camping
On her own, doesn't
Yeah.
quite need the help of
Yeah.
a sibling yet.
having fun at Staggered. That Monday morning, we already had a doctor's appointment lined up, and told the doctor, yeah, she fell off. She kind of been complaining about it now and then. Yep, sure enough, she broke her arm. It looks kind of swollen. Let's bring you to the doctor. Yeah, go. Yep. So we missed out on a whole summer of dirt biking because she had a broken arm.
Yeah.
She was
But
a champ, though.
yeah, she was. Kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else for 2023? Is there anything?
I don't know. So I stopped consuming marijuana. Yeah.
That's
I gave that up for New Year's res and
Is it
alcohol.
For 2023.
is is that you think it's going to help?
It has helped.
Has
Yeah,
it?
It has, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean I guess you could say I was a drug addict, but like I've
Jesus.
but I've smoked
Well,
weed.
no. I've
I've smoked
hey,
weed
it's legal.
my-
it's not like you're
my
like, yeah,
entire
I can-
life.
I can tell you some stories.
it's not
Yeah.
like you just said, you know,
Yeah.
I gave up meth for 2023.
Yeah, yeah, no.
That's just
Uh,
Hell of
but
a drug.
I've been watching like all these like
so you switched to
Instagram.
DMT like Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where what? Yeah.
but what did he say? Yeah, I don't know. I just figured. So I'm trying to live more, right?
Yeah.
You know, not that was holding me back. It might have been. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
Yeah, live positive.
Changes.
feeling?
More cars.
Good.
More
Yeah.
cars. More events. Less weed.
I would like to open a go-kart track. Yeah, so I gotta save my money.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Drifting.
yeah.
Go kart track. Slick track.
a little bit of everything.
Okay. I like it.
2026.
Multi-story.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this year. It's good for a lot of reasons. You know, like we said, nobody likes change.
God damn it.
Some people are.
Well, that explains the cage rules.
Where there's-
my
that was the
God.
last day.
True life Lynch was weeds.
Walked into a pool fully
Oh
clothed.
my god. You opened up a can of
Did
worms.
one-
on
Like
that one.
realistically,
pot.
we're all adult men, and this is kind of
There
unspoken.
could be women
but
in here.
Yeah,
Could be.
I'm not
right.
assuming anything,
Yeah.
Can't.
but depression's a real thing, right?
100%.
And I'm gonna be honest. I feel like at times I suffer from depression. Right?
Yeah.
I have no idea. So I'm trying to better myself. So I could provide. Not that I was like terrible or anything, right? But I feel like I was like in a rut.
Yep.
And that is depression in some ways.
Yeah.
Right? You know. So
Yeah, and you don't always know
it's-
that.
And I understand this is like stupid or whatever, but because people don't talk about it for men's health, and that they talk about LGBTQs or you know everything else gets that.
Put to the forefront.
Yeah, and so
It's not
so
a-
how do I better myself?
It's
Well,
not a.
I can't do that if I'm under the influence. But you know, so I would love to try your coffee, but I cut back on coffee majorly too.
Yeah.
Right. You know, Joe Rogan comments over here. I don't listen. I listen to Joe Rogan not as much. I listen to a lot of other podcasts.
You're just catching some clarity across the board, it
yeah,
sounds like.
and you know, I'm never gonna.
Right.
smoke weed. I'm
Indulge.
gonna,
Yeah.
trust me.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get high as fuck when I do. Right. Because my tolerance is gone. But
Yep.
sometimes you got to find yourself. To
No,
better
you're
yourself.
making some.
Yeah.
Just again, especially when it's self improvement. There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
live a stressful life.
Yeah,
right? And-
absolutely.
and-
I completely
A lot going
between
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
between work-
right, and so why, you know, and I can't fuck up, right?
Right.
It comes back to just risking everything.
right
I risk all
work,
this
full
time with
time
no
job,
cages, so-
family, all this other
Yeah.
stuff.
So, yeah, check on your friends. Have a, you know,
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And again, we have an audience of obviously mostly male people out there. So,
whoa, did you
hug-
just
hug
assume
your
all of
homies.
their genders? No.
well, at least that's what the statistics tell me.
demographics are
Yeah,
telling you?
yeah,
Yeah.
whether or not,
It's all
whatever.
right. If our
Yeah.
demographics were there, we'd be right there with you.
So, you know, there could be people out there who are suffering from the same thing, and not necessarily like quit the weed. No, that's not
Yeah.
what we're telling
Yeah,
you.
no. I
It's
support
just-
it.
It's okay with making changes to feel better, you know, or to try to again help
Set
yourself.
up a
and again,
baseline or
just like you
figure,
said,
figure out that baseline.
hell,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
been a handful of people, and I won't name names, who've reached out to us and said, "Hey, thank you for putting on the show because I was in a terrible place and I just enjoy your company." Basically, for lack of a better term, and that means the world to me because again, just like you said, it's not the one that's at the forefront that everybody wants to talk about.
right.
I
I get
it's-
that. I get that from dads
Yeah,
at the track.
yeah, completely. Yes, because again, it's relatable because
Yep.
we're you know adult
Pro-
males and
Yeah, that we're providing some like a community, right?
Yep.
Like you, this is Revival is a community, right?
Yep.
And
and we
Drift Events is a community, right?
So-
you know,
Oh,
the
how
car
many
thing.
father son, you know, have we
Tons.
seen show up? It's awesome.
well and a
And that's what broke me up at the
banquet.
At the banquet,
right?
yeah.
Hey, I begged you to come PR with me, and you didn't come.
I know that I
I had to
have.
walk all by myself.
I
begged
legit
him.
regret.
We would've had such a good time.
I don't
did
regret
have a
much
great
stuff.
time,
I
yeah.
regret not trying to push to get that. Matter of it was kind of work stuff, but I need to like put that on my
PR was
schedule
okay, yeah,
no
that
matter
was
what.
good, yeah.
I think just the going, because I'd rather go to that than SEMA. Put it that way.
It seems like super cool. Like that's
Yeah,
like the
but-
nerd stuff to go to.
100%.
100%. What you wanna.
And then
be
it
there
happened.
for.
Like, so Nick Nikoloff, Dave, Peter, they were all happened to be there.
Yeah.
And so we hung out. So that was a really good trip for me in that sense because we didn't know anybody was going to be there. And
TCS.
I don't even know what's happening in there.
I don't know where did we go? in the
Yeah,
chat?
I'm just yeah.
but
Sometimes it's best to avoid it.
Tim Connor said something about noodles and Matt Lee, and
Jesus.
But PR, yeah. So I ran into Trevor Root and his dad.
Yep.
And Trevor Root, he's got his Pro-Am license now, but his first time driving was at one of our clinics.
Yep.
And I didn't know he was gonna be at PRI. We're just walking, bam. Saw him
Just
and-
a feel good thing
yeah.
to see.
It broke me up.
Yeah.
So I had this huge speech for the banquet, right? I had written it all out on the airplane there and fro, and I just couldn't nail it.
Just got a bit sidetracked.
I went like all over. It was like 4 or 5 different pages with numbered paragraphs, and I just couldn't follow it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. You did great anyway. I had a great time at the banquet.
Matt Lee is not invited back.
no.
yeah, or Shook, dude.
Oh,
No, no.
Complains about pizza.
No. Shook didn't complain. Shook complimented the pizza the first year. He kind of said no comment the second year, right? Because everybody attacked him, including Matt Lee.
yeah.
So Matt Lee is kind of on my stink list because of it. And I have a photo of him. Mark my words. His photo, he's got no pizza on his plate. It's just wings. So he's just talking smack because of
With nothing
whatever
to stand
reason.
on.
Yeah, nothing to stand on. Oh, I'm from New Haven. I get the best pizza ever. A pizza paella. Listen,
He thinks because he brings Frank Pepe's to the event
Yeah.
that he's God.
and first of all, when you bring the Frank Pepe's, it's not like you're bringing a simple Frank Pepe's. The pizza that he complained about was like probably the worst pizza you could have got there. It was like the everything and anything pizza.
Yeah. Right.
You
Not
know,
not
and
the.
he probably picked up a middle slice.
It was,
You know,
Didn't even catch a crust.
That's not, yeah, it's not even a real way to
wasn't
judge it.
wasn't exactly a cheese for cheese.
I'm sorry, Matt. He did win a Hot Wheels set though, so
He
good for
did.
him.
He did.
Yeah. And we
Let's
got a really good picture with him.
let me get into some questions that people asked, and I think
Let's be real. The wings, though.
The wings are good,
Wings are
dude.
bomb.
Yeah.
I still
That's-
don't think
that's
the
the
pizza was
star.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But now, like, everyone got me all self-conscious. I got to find a new venue for it and stuff.
We ain't fucking
no,
leaving.
No,
you don't have
fucking
to.
It's great.
You don't
I'm
have
not
to.
leaving.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just being there. All right. Yeah, there's a handful of questions. Some of these I'm going to skip over because we did cover it. Obviously
Thank
with the
Any
cage stuff and things
yeah,
like
any
that.
cage questions buzz off.
So I responded to a question.
Yep.
It gives you an option to play music. So that's what I did, just FYI. You got to play the song.
So there's music on it. Okay.
I didn't know you could
God,
do
dude.
this.
From Chuck Who.
Who?
Chuck Who.
Mike Jones.
Just says, tell Lynch I love him. Grape
Well,
Whistle.
I guess I'll go fuck myself. fucking kidding me? Are you
Seriously.
shitting me?
Yeah.
I'm always the one to text him first too.
No.
Lynch don't text him.
Second
Yeah,
one from
dude.
Chuck Who. Tell Shabby, shut the fuck up.
Grape Whistle. How scared are you of artificial intelligence? You know what? Let
Listen.
it ride. I don't at this point.
I could get
yeah,
down with
whatever.
Can I talk about AI for a second, real
That
quick?
stuff they're doing with the
Chat
faces is
GPT.
crazy.
GPT.
I don't know about that one, but
It's wild.
So ChatGPT,
conversation one,
right?
yeah.
Microsoft just bought it.
oh, great.
Google just came out with their own version too.
Yeah, so they're thinking ChatGPT is going to make Microsoft's Bing search dethrone Google as the search king. This stuff is crazy. So I signed up for an account because I learned about this from my interns at work.
Yeah.
They use it for like everything. You could put some stuff in there and have it write a report for you.
Yeah.
You can
And they're
look
getting
up
in trouble for
stuff.
it.
They're getting in trouble for that. So
You could
they're using it for software code. They're having this thing spit out software code so they can make like web pages and
Yeah.
stuff.
you can use it for
It's
in
wild.
my realm, right? There's a program called After Effects. which is video,
You can ask it for the settings.
you
to
can
use.
basically say, I want to create this, this, and this in After Effects, and as long as you nail your prompts, it will give you all the codes and script that you can basically plug into After Effects and create your thing.
I had to do that in Excel the other day, like help someone out for our documentation group. Same
Yeah.
thing. It was perfect.
It's wild.
Did you
It's
see what they're
scary.
doing for movies? If a movie's shot in language A, the AI is taking the person's face and correcting the lips to language B, C, and D.
that's wild. So the dub is gone essentially.
Yeah,
The dub
yeah.
This is all
It-
because of Snapchat.
Yep,
and
it
TikTok.
shows like
Yeah.
it shows. It looks like a topographical map with the blues and the greens and reds
Yeah.
and stuff. But it shows how it stops
Right,
things
how
from
it-
moving
deep-
and then removes
deep
it.
fakes.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at
You're
this
not gonna be able
point,
to believe anything.
at this
Gotcha.
point, it is what it
I'm
is. We're
AI.
we're along for the ride. I'm a cell. Plug me in. Put me in the matrix. I'm cool with it. I can't
Center of
control
the
it.
earth.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Lizard people.
Reptilians doesn't matter. UFOs, they're real. Details
We
by
know that,
Doug.
yeah.
What are your favorite parts about the events and not so favorite? I think he's just saying in general.
So I like interacting with the people. Seeing everyone have fun is obviously great. As weird as this sounds, it's funny. Like I posted a picture of Derek or video of Derek today, like when his car broke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are funny moments.
There's moments, right.
Because they're
Like when the wheel flew off.
yeah, yeah.
It's so good.
Everyone's like,
The fact that was so well caught on camera as well.
His
To see the wheel
reaction and
coming by, it
over
just
in
like,
Andy's, yeah.
what
You
the
couldn't have
fuck?
made that made that up.
Right, because in those moments, there's 1,000 people at the track, and there's like 10. Right, there's a couple media guys, the couple track workers, and the driver, and maybe the passenger, and we're just no matter what it is, we're kind of laughing about it in
Yep.
a lot of ways. Those are good moments, and like I said, the parents, right?
Yeah, that's a good.
watching the parents watch their kids.
Yeah.
Male and female. We have male and female drivers, and
Shout out Team Hawaiian.
yeah, yeah,
Hawaiian shirt
You
guy.
know,
Because
show
you're
up.
providing them a bonding thing.
and some parents have never been to the track and seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. What is Paul Rita, right? His parents came to the track one of
Yeah.
the last events.
I was gonna say, I think I vaguely remember him posting that he finally got his mom in the car.
Yep, and
Yeah.
and he sent me a Christmas card.
Yeah.
There's that picture, right?
That's
It's-
awesome.
you-
cool.
you
Yeah.
know, so community stuff, right?
Yeah,
I tell you, my least favorite
had-
thing is
Oh,
just
what's
wait.
your favorite?
cages.
Lisa.
No, I'm okay
Go
with
for
that. Waiting for people to show up for tech. If you miss the driver's meeting and you come after and want your car tech, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Just go home. Because
I like-
I'm there till noon some days.
Yeah.
From 7:30 in the morning waiting for people who,
To show back up. Yeah, because they'll try to get in line or they'll fail tech the first time. and
or
stuff.
they just don't come until when they feel like it.
Yeah,
My worst thing, though, probably is yelling at people that I don't want to be yelling at or I've yelled at before. There's some people,
That always sucks.
like this kid in Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
We have great conversations. I really enjoy him. He does fine sometimes. I let him do some cool stuff. But then at other times I just put my arms up.
pushed it a little
Come
too
on,
far.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm sorry. But you can only
Give you a little bit too much rope.
yeah, I'm sorry, only sometimes. There's this one kid that I'm
Yo,
good
shut
friends
up.
with that's from my town. And I've had to yell at him so many times. It's like, dude, he helps me out, does side jobs with me for my stuff, my house and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, you put me in such a bad spot.
Right, you don't want to be that guy,
So
but at the
that's what I
same
don't
time,
like about it.
yeah, I get that.
What about Josh?
I like the morning. I like seeing everybody's reaction. I like seeing everybody's mood, the faces in the morning. Everyone's just so full of excitement. They're happy to be there.
Yep.
Like even when you roll in,
Yep.
everybody's
Yeah,
smiling.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah. No, it's
I'm
a
not,
good.
and I'm at work, but I'm not at work.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
smiling.
yeah.
You know?
I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Depends what shirt you have on.
Like
If you got a
I'm
nice
not-
Hawaiian button up, you're usually in pretty
Shabby
good
may
mood.
not
We're
look like
typically
it.
not smiling, but I like seeing people happy. Like
Team
Shabby-
Night Call. Team Night
Yeah.
Call. I'm wearing your
There we
shirt
go.
today.
I'm not in the best mood in the morning, but that's because
Rode up with me.
people are fucking douchers.
Shabby smiling on the
But-
inside.
From what I don't like is the clicks.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Drama,
I'm
dude.
really over the clicks.
Drama
Drama,
llamas.
dude.
Right.
It's supposed to be drifting.
You left that stuff at the car show aspect of this
Yeah.
industry, and it's coming into drifting, and it sucks.
I can see it. It just,
No, we've seen it. We
it
saw
just-
it.
Yeah.
One of the drivers meeting, it started
yeah.
to pop off,
Yeah, but last week,
and it
like
was
2
just
events
like,
ago, we almost had a
why
fight in the
is
drivers' meeting.
this happening?
Okay, that's
over
ridiculous.
drama that was
Years
5
old.
years
Yeah,
old
that's
Yes,
absurd.
yeah.
Yeah.
because they haven't seen each other, and we're not gonna go into that.
Yeah. But it's just the point.
But
Like,
it's just like God, like
It's
why
something
do
you
we
don't
have
really
to do this,
expect it
dude?
to
Because
Right.
at the end of the day, guilty by association. We're running the event. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a reflection on us.
Yeah.
The worst part is the guys that were involved, and I'll share this because it's true statement. These guys are looked up to by everybody.
because they're like
Everybody.
both parties are legendary A group drivers.
yeah.
And they're going
So it
at
just sets a bad
And,
example. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we're already dealing with the click drama from other guys, and then they see it, they're like,
Well, those guys are
fuck
doing
yeah,
it.
dude,
Yeah.
we're gonna fuck them up if
Right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Fuck.
Right. This isn't
And
fucking.
Jordan's no bullshit. Big Miata clicks.
Yeah.
I mean, they're culprits, bro.
Don't worry, dude.
I'll say it, man.
I'll
They're a
swing the hammer.
culprit of it.
What else we got?
Let's see.
Media click. That's true as well. I'll give you that one.
Ty Lang, couple questions here. So he wrote common failures for tech. Well, go to the Revival Motoring YouTube channel
Yo,
and go
nice.
watch that because Garrett walks us through, which is very helpful. I failed. And then his other couple of questions, which I'm going to go just to one because it's a good question. He just writes first event tips.
First event, walk the track, skid pad, right?
Show up way early.
Yeah, listen and don't give it 80%. Don't give it 100%. Don't give it 110%.
Turn by turn.
Yeah, turn by turn. Honestly, I'm not saying,
Plan on getting frustrated because you
Yeah.
will, which is
Yeah.
fine.
but just
Ask for help, man. I'll
Yeah.
go for a ride in your car. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be the best at it, but I'll show you what you're doing
At the
wrong.
very
but-
least, right?
even beyond turn by turn, if you're not getting everything, just a turn at a time, right? Just go out and try the same
Start to
thing,
nail that one.
and then
Yeah.
and then once you got one down, go to the next.
Right, because
Look forward. Look like two telephone pole lengths ahead of you.
Yeah.
As far ahead as you can. If you're looking at the corner and you're drifting that corner and you're looking at the apex, you're fucked up. You should be looking at the next apex.
Yeah.
You should not be looking at where you are. You need to be looking forward. Make sure you're sitting in
Tire
a proper
pressures.
seat. We were talking about that on the way here. I've never checked my tire pressures, dude.
I've seen
Never.
so
but
the biggest
I do believe it's a serious thing. I don't check it because I don't have the time.
the biggest
and
thing on the skid pad, like low power cars, it changes everything.
It does, yeah.
What they have their tires set at.
right, because that can you take away or give you grip.
Yeah.
They're understeering, off a corner. What
Yeah.
are your front tires at? Not spinning the rear enough. Like,
Yeah.
what are your rear tires
Making
at?
sure your machine's solid.
I have a
Yeah.
bad
Some
habit
kid
of
comes
forgetting
through
to
with
put
60
them back
psi in his front tires, and he wonders why he can't make it around a corner. It's like
Yep.
more often than not on the skid pad, first start and tire pressures.
What do you think the first start? What they should have said it at? I'm a 35 and set it and forget it type of guy. So
Start with them even.
yeah,
35.
Because 35
then-
should cover you for the front pretty.
I go 25, 35.
25 front.
Yeah.
25 front in my car would DB'd immediately.
Now when they get hot.
Oh yeah, because
So it goes up to 30. I mean, still, it'd be like squishy.
I mean, I
Depends
crack
on the
wheels
car,
daily.
but
what size sidewall you run?
40.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm at 225 40s.
Yeah.
On 18.
It's just
Yeah.
the car. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
you got to have your car.
I was going to say,
big.
your car in the front is uber heavy.
But yeah, everyone start at
Yeah.
35.
But that's why I'm excited to drive again this year because
Yeah.
I'm going to pay attention to all this stuff that I've been preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can, see if we can improve.
I'm looking for you to nail that 360 entry this year.
No, I ain't doing. I ain't doing that in my car.
Let's see. This just comes from Gilly Bill. I think just general one. He just says, you guys should look into the mass tuning track days to promote more road racing. Yeah, actually, Chuck is pretty close to, I believe, a helper with those guys. I can't recall. But no, it'd be cool to kind of get into more of that stuff. They do a lot of events around New England, which is really cool. And, again, keeps the road racing stuff, dare I say, alive and accessible for people.
It's a good club. I forget the guy's name, but we used to work with him. We did a joint event
Yeah.
at Canon. What the heck is it?
I can't.
Give it a
It's been. I was not Armin.
Armin.
Okay.
Yeah, Armin runs that.
As I was gonna say, it's been said on the show a couple times again because Chuck's familiar with them, and I believe one of Chuck's college buddies helps him. I believe to some extent. From Baby Yoda. Catching up on episodes, he just wrote Memory Lane was very well done. Thank you, buddy. That was fun to put together. The Jackalope 89. What 4 automotive faces are you putting on your version of Mount Rushmore? Wow, what a question.
Automated faces.
4 automotive faces. You know Rushmore?
Yeah.
What 4 automotive faces are you putting up there?
Clarkson 4 times.
Whoa, Ken Block.
Block. Yeah, because he changed
He
the
pioneered a lot of
industry
things, yeah.
in many, many different ways. That's a very good one. Block, Clarkson. Oh man, see, it gets tough because I'm debating race car drivers because like Senna, Sebastian Loeb,
Dale,
Colin
Dale.
McRae,
Dale, Senna.
Right, it gets
That's it
very
right there.
difficult to Dale and Senna,
Dale,
Pastrana?
Senna.
Block.
Travis Pastrana, right?
Right, that man, that's a tough one. Clarkson, Block, Senna.
No, then you could get into like modern day influencers. That Garrett 1320 guy,
Right,
Cletus.
Cletus, yeah.
Really, right, changing kind of the
Adam LZ.
industry as a whole, like
Yeah.
when it comes to the
Yeah,
automotive
that
world.
would be the Rushmore for younger kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, even mixing Pastrana in it. I was psyched to see Cletus appear in Gymkhana.
Yeah.
It was just a cool touch. I
That
was
was
like,
a
oh
cool-
man, that's
yeah.
awesome.
That was a cool connection.
I don't know if I can play this song on the show.
Oh, that's
You
good.
get
Yes, it's
demonetized?
clean. Oh, monetization. Oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
You can get what, 6
It's telling you
seconds
what
or
song
something?
it is, though.
It does tell me
Oh,
Stevie Max.
yeah, it's a WWE song.
I was gonna say it says Randy
match.
Orton, so
It's like
Oh
a
my god.
entrance song.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I can picture is
Yeah.
like the Cena song.
yeah.
John Cena.
It's not the John Cena one,
oh,
but
man.
yeah.
Let me see here. Jordan MX_5.
Who?
He just
Mike
writes.
Jones.
Oh, he just writes Miata best car. Leave it at that.
So I have driven his car a couple times. First of all, it's got 260,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
That is crazy. It is a very fun car, a solid car to drive. I truly enjoy driving it. It's gonna be bummed to not see it out there on the track, because he said he's not drifting anymore. Street for life.
God bless.
He said that, but it is a very fun car to drive.
I think he can't. You can.
I like Dustin's a little bit better, but
He's gonna be.
Whoa.
They'll be out there, I'm sure.
they're all the same car.
Yeah.
From Benny Fizzle.
Oh my man.
Why is Benny Fizzle Lynch's favorite driver?
Benny Fizzle and I used to chat on the Bimmer forums. This I think when I first started talking with him. He's solid. I really enjoy his driving style.
Aggressive, fast.
His car is fantastic, right? I love the green. I mean,
They're changing it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they put more of the
I like the green.
Yeah, they're changing it completely.
and he is so comical, man. Like he cracks me up.
That shot of him wearing what did he have, like dog ears
Yeah, the
on or
cat
something?
ears,
Cat
yeah.
ears.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
a
like,
cat.
oh my
I'm a
god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, we used to
Now you
drive.
know.
Yeah, I can't wait to drive Lebanon Valley
He's got
because
some good.
that's his home track, and I can't wait to drive with him.
He's
again.
got some good like POV YouTube videos too.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
bullshit.
raw.
and he's been look at his I'm gonna say career, driving career, boom.
Yeah.
He's been doing it the whole time like that.
Yeah.
Day one.
He's just so. If you guys don't follow him, he
Follow
does
him
fire
on,
alarms. Yeah,
on social media and go check out his YouTube channel.
yeah.
Let's see. Let me skip around a little bit
DCS.
more.
And he's
Town.
respectable, right? That's the thing. He respects others.
Hit us with a good one.
He will also mouth off in the chat on behalf of you.
Yes,
Which I love.
yeah,
I love him
yeah.
for that.
God.
3.6 Mafia.
I said a good
Since the Mark 1 is gone, what is going to be the new staggered mobile, and why is it a Honda Fit?
Oh,
God, dude. Look
Well,
at
the Mark
flyer,
one was
Loving the
yeah.
fits.
The Mark 1 was his car, Chevy's car. That was a pretty cool car.
The flyer is an Evo, man.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to pick the cards out for the
Yeah,
flyer.
Yeah.
I can,
You know.
yeah, I can see
I
that.
give Bobo some props. Bobo definitely came through with that.
Yes.
I picked the Mark 2.
Let's
There
see.
we
We
go.
already answered one from him. Spanish English.
Yeah.
Will Lynch be driving the staggered event?
No. No. Yeah, driving myself crazy.
Driving a golf cart around.
Yeah, driving a golf cart. No, I'm
Um,
gonna have the boys do that for me.
Okay. No, he probably might take a few laps.
I don't think so.
I'll make it a mission.
Friday. I could probably drive
I
a
think
little
you
bit
should.
Friday. I could
Yeah,
drive a little
yeah,
bit
you
Friday.
should,
I'll make
especially
it
the
make
whole course.
Lynch is actually going to be the first one
Never.
to drive. No, he's
No.
going to be the first one because we're going to also target it and say that this is the first time drifting's ever happened at.
Oh,
Listen. So when I used to
Oh,
you know, have the E30 and we would go to other events regularly, no matter where we were, when we were New Hampshire Motor Speedway, we were at Lebanon Valley, I would be the first one out there, and I would always. I remember this one time we were in New Hampshire with Cahill and Bear, went get half a lap, and he stopped working. And he's like, well, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. Just like, shut off. Yeah, sure. Stupid wiring on the back of the gate, on my toggle switch, so it disconnected the power to the whole car.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that would always have break an axle or, It
Anything.
only when if I was the first one out there, right?
Yeah.
So then I learned to just wait an hour
That's why Jake Henriquez took a whole year off.
because he kept breaking stuff.
He's
Yeah.
the first one out every event. He was doing 2 laps, and he's off.
Yep.
Yeah, took
he's
the year
he's
off.
back this year.
Yeah, he's coming, dude.
Yeah.
He got asked to bring him back in the group chat. We brought him back in the group chat.
Yeah.
Damn,
He's
how do I
getting
get back in?
familiar.
a group
He's
chat?
getting pretty amped.
We gotta
I
talk to Benny.
I see him every couple
Benny,
of
if I
weeks.
can get
And
back in the group
more and
chat,
more. He's got
please.
the motor for the car. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
There we
Paul,
We're
go.
getting ready to go.
Paul Walker style 350Z.
Last couple here. Kevin401. Josh, do you have a new nickname for the Mustang since you are not wrapping it? No, I think it should still be called the Cocaine Stang.
He called it fentanyl.
It's
son.
just wait,
Oh
meth
my
is a little
God.
brown, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, man. Well, it depends if Walter White's cooking it.
It's right. It's true. That's true. Right now, it's going to
Crustang.
have no name. It's got to earn its name.
One lap Lynch.
And last one,
That's true.
Yeah. Really did first lap in New Hampshire.
First lap in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Oh man.
the nice Norwegian. Hardest part about hosting events and how to get started hosting drifting events. Oh,
my
jeez.
God.
Well, that's like asking Burger King how to make burgers. No.
I mean, hard to get
Hard-
started hosting a drifting event.
I have been asked that a
People,
lot.
Man, getting your foot in the
I don't know,
door.
you know
people
what?
are trying to do it.
You know what? And every year,
God
people
bless.
are-
I don't know
you
how.
There's a different rumor of other people doing it. So
Yeah.
do your homework. You got to buy land.
I was going to say, having the
a
spot
few-
to
a
do
few
it
$1 million.
is-
Blacktop's not cheap. It's $1 million a mile.
Don't take people's
Yeah.
money and not produce anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, not the money and not producing. Is anything else paved at Thompson?
No.
Are there any curbs or anything like that? I know there's some potential.
I think we are putting curbs in. More
Yeah.
curbs, yeah.
Okay. I know there's a couple little reworks for.
I've been begging for more blacktop, specifically in the oval.
Yep.
And I'm told if they can't keep it on the track, we're not getting more. So,
Yep.
yeah. Every driver's meeting, right? We're preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah. No, you
yeah.
say it every single
Yeah.
one, and you
And-
say that exactly. Like this is their biggest.
Yeah. And Scott's
complaint.
right there, and he reinforces it. And,
Yep.
You know, and people don't get 120 people there, and 80 of them are doing it, but they think it's just that one time or 2 times.
Yep.
It's not, because it gets compounded.
Is there like I understand
Yeah.
an offs and off those unfortunately are going to occur. Do like just don't stay in it.
Don't
for-
say it is the
that.
biggest
That's
thing.
kind of the
Yeah.
biggest like.
Yeah.
Hey, if you fuck up, there was that one day, Chuck, we were staying at the swamp.
Yep.
The swamp, whatever turn that is, 1, 2, 3 coming into Clubhouse. It just for whatever reason was a little bit wet. People coming in a little too hot and ended up over there.
Yeah.
Had they stayed on it and really fucked the grass up, that's a major problem. But like
So the on the other side of that same turn 2 to turn 3
yep,
towards the
outside.
access road, they have a drainage ditch with rocks there.
yep,
So like that's the worst part.
They
because-
just installed that too.
a year ago, right? And
yeah.
and so like they're shooting rocks over the access road to the golf course.
yep.
Because they're staying in it. I know that's a long link. It's fast and stuff, but you're not going to make it if you just manjied between 1 and 2.
Yeah. Right, you're scrubbing your speed right there, and you need to carry more
and
speed.
people just they should be watching what the professionals are doing.
Yeah.
By professionals, I mean like Dave O'Leary, Benny Fizzle,
Yeah.
Miata Rob. Right.
It's okay. Right.
Yeah.
They're willing to give up a corner to make another corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grip one, get your big entry on the next
Right,
one.
right. I get. Yeah. And again,
and
that's going to
choose.
be suited to the car, et cetera. There's
Yep.
lots of variables. It's not going to be the same for everybody.
Right.
I think that's going to do it with our questions. Everybody in chat, thank you very much for keeping that thing moving the whole
Yeah,
time.
chat's been popping.
Yeah.
tonight.
Very, very, very good. We're going to have to close it this week, and we'll be back next week. But y'all
Josh, how are
appreciate
you
it.
doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Yeah.
You're hanging
I'm,
in there by yourself.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think you boys, really, you came out to rescue me as I was out there in the ocean by myself.
One paddle.
Threw me a life
picked-
raft,
I
if you
picked you
will.
up on my cruise ship.
Yeah, I was
You
just saying,
did.
we were on a cruise ship.
Oh,
No,
man.
I'd have rather died.
Anti-cruise.
no, it was my obligation to pick you up.
You have to trank me before I get on that cesspool of a
You're
boat.
gonna, you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be
That schooner.
the Golden Gates. You're looking at the Golden Gates.
Yeah, it's just
Couple other things I forgot.
Yep.
We have a yearbook coming out.
awesome.
That's sick. It's 110 pages. Dan James designed it. It's all of our major local photographers.
Yep.
I can't say everybody's in it.
Yeah, but
Pretty close. Like,
yep.
because it's 110 pages, but there's some pages are like 2 cars, some of them are 4 cars, some of them are 1. I'll show you some sneak
It's just
peeks.
like the high school yearbook that you buy and you don't know if you're actually
Yeah.
in it, and then when you're in it, you're like, oh shit.
Oh,
So-
that's cool. Now I need to autograph it.
Yeah.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
do. We have an
Yeah.
autograph section.
Yep.
For
Some
first
people wrote
event.
some things in it. I'm not saying this, with the comment Josh, that people said, "Oh, I give them enough of my money." I'm not saying this because we want your money.
Yeah.
right? It's a $50 yearbook, right?
Yeah.
You
Hey, I know.
but
Like
it's printed.
printing
It's-
shit is expensive.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
But it's a tangible thing.
Yeah.
Right. So we only got 100 copies. If we sell out and quickly, we'll order more. But that's the next drop. I think next
Yeah.
week we got the what's it called, the proof
Yep.
today. Dan's going over it, because it's got the bleeds right. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
And then
For the spine, you have to make sure where it
and
sits.
it's like another 4 days.
Yeah.
And that'll
Are
be on
you
the website. And
Doing a pre-order for that, or just
No,
you're
I'm never
committing
doing
to 100 and then that's that.
no, we'll do if it sells really quickly and people want more.
Yep.
Yeah. Because we could have bought 200, we could have bought 150.
Yeah.
It's an expensive book. So we had to front all this money.
Correct
Right.
me if I'm wrong, but like, have others had the opportunity to purchase one of these before? Or this is new, right?
So Gru has done 2.
Because I've got the 2021,
Yep.
and it's awesome.
But the
So-
way we did that one is, we had a QR code and we have it at the merch booth for every event. So you could still go buy it. You have to buy it from this manufacturer.
Yep.
Wherever, and they'll print it and
Right.
sell
I'll
it.
like print on demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that one's a little bit more money.
Because people have asked me about it, and I never really
So
had the full answer
I don't think
for
that
them.
one.
So
I think in part that's why it didn't work out. So we are organized. We do a lot. Ideally, we do it every year. I think we try to do it every year. I think next year the goal would be to have it for the banquet.
Yeah.
Right, then people can sign it. We were toying with the idea. We want to do a bingo night.
Yep. I know that did come up.
Yeah, but I don't think logistically it's gonna work. I want to go snowmobiling.
You're going to run out
We're
of
gonna
time.
try and do a swap.
I was going
meet.
to say, you
Yeah,
guys
we
should.
might do a swap meet.
That's a good idea.
we
Yeah.
could do.
That's
I
a good
pitched
idea.
this
We
to
got a pretty-
Josh before too at go kart night.
That would be cool.
Oh,
We
Yeah.
got a pretty cool
I had a
area
go-kart
where we
track.
have our meetings.
Yeah.
We know a guy.
They actually use it for cruise nights every week.
Yep.
But it's a pretty cool space. Like we could do a swap meet and we could try and do something else fun.
Yeah.
So the idea
like
would,
kickball
because we use
kickball
it,
game.
right? We
Mark
want to give
III
them a
kickball.
donation, contribute,
fuck
to letting them letting us use it and stuff. So, Mount Carmel Cruise Nights every Monday night, Enfield, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Starting in May.
I was going to say, you guys need to, kind of enjoy, dare I say, your time off now. Because,
Yeah, I'm
Time
going,
off was already.
I was
back
gonna
then.
say-
There's
well,
right,
I'm going,
so-
I'm going
Yeah.
snowmobiling this weekend.
because
Going to Maine.
you have
Yeah.
meetings and stuff now to work out logistics, but come March, that's it. It's beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It's almost every weekend, right? Close to it,
Every two,
realistically.
yeah.
It's
with,
been every
with
weekend right now working on his car.
That's true too. Right on top of on top of the actual prep.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what I keep telling
What
people
a crappy
before you
winter
know
we've
it.
had, though.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
What?
Oh, it's been
We didn't
great.
get any snow.
That's amazing.
Chuck, pipe down, Chuck.
I'm
That's like that's what
I love
no snow makes me
so you-
so happy.
Are you solar powered like John Stairs?
No.
Yeah,
no.
but solar works if it's snowing. That's fine.
True.
Chuck's solar.
Yeah,
too.
no. I
But,
just
because the snow melts off of the pinot. But
Yeah, UV.
so you're telling me 6 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow, snowfall already, nighttime. You go outside. You don't think that's beautiful?
does it look good? Yes.
The sound, how quiet and soft everything is.
It's an enjoyable moment.
Oh man!
But
You-
that
you gotta- you
disappears
gotta move.
real quick whenever
move.
you hit a main highway in Massachusetts.
I think
I
at
could
this
use
Or
point,
just
snow
anyway.
now.
I think at this point into winter, I'm all set. I'm good now.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
too
I don't
late.
need
No,
Your ship is
there-
sailed.
there
kind of
is-
past the
and
excitement.
again it
Yeah.
makes
No,
it's
Rob,
too late.
Rob from Den Patrol posted the perfect one today. What did he?
Because
it's-
if it snows now, it will impede. Like,
as long as
fucks
it
things
doesn't
up.
keep
Yeah.
raining
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
3 weeks again, because I can't handle like the 3
no,
weeks.
I'm
of
fine
yeah.
with the
rain.
rain. I'm good with rain.
I don't
Can't
like
get
rain
anything
either.
done outside.
No,
but
now we need the rain because there's salt everywhere. We need the rain now.
I just go out there with a hose.
Oh, yeah, hose your car out. everybody? Come on.
He did a thing. Winter, full spring, second winter, spring of deception. Is you are here at full spring.
Full
Yeah.
spring.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
45 degrees.
I
mean,
not
not
zero
to-
on Saturday.
Not to ruin anything, but there was that one winter where we got to like the end of March
April. We had snow in April.
and there was like
I
every
had so much
Tuesday was
fun.
a horrific storm.
Sign me up.
I've got a $500 snowmobile. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
You will love winter. Just
I
get a
just-
beater.
It's
I
fine.
wish I had $500. Someone
And
do that, but
you know, the kids liked playing it. My daughter, there was one snowstorm where she got to build a snowman. That lasted a night and it was gone the next day. Perfect. I couldn't ask for a better snowstorm. Not a fan.
we'll have to agree.
Keep
to
that up.
Disagree.
Keep that up north. Keep it up north. Hell, if you want to have the border, like
Well,
right
Josh,
out,
we're
right
talking
out
about
in
border
Boston,
walls
New
here now?
Hampshire.
You can
Boston,
do a nice
This is a
New
little
Hampshire.
non-politic show.
$150. You can do a nice little rental in Maine of a sled. Couple
Yeah.
See,
hours, get your taste of it.
I
and
did
then
say
We
that
talked
would
about
be
that.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did say that.
'Cause you
Matter
might
of fact,
dip your toe in and find out this is for you.
Listen,
that
I will be sending you pictures of the most picturesque stuff.
my
Mountaintops, 4,000 feet up, 3,000 feet up.
buddy at work again. He just recently went on a snowmobile trip. He goes to as far as you can get out there, Maine.
Nice.
He had to cut it.
Caribou.
He cut it short a day because of it was last week,
Yeah.
so they left Friday because
How cold it was.
it was like
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I can't be out there
Negative
negative
Saturday,
60
yeah.
or whatever it was. So, but yeah, he goes out there every year, sends a bunch of pictures, and gets pretty wild. But
Yep.
maybe I could entertain it for something like that.
It's fun.
Let's keep the snow away from me.
Dude, the
I'll
rental,
drive to the snow.
The rental's a blast because you just
a
give it
rental.
back to him
Yeah.
afterwards.
Right,
Think
you're
about how
done.
you treat a rental car
That's true. Yeah, $150 for what?
for like 3 hours.
Oh, that's
We
pretty
did
good.
it last winter
That's-
up by Attitash.
That is pretty good. I might be able to live with that. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to hang out.
Thank you for inviting us.
No problem. I did truly wanted to kind of
Have a cage
again
battle.
let you speak towards all the why this is happening, the pros, the cons, the ins and outs, just to show that you guys did think of it, and you know there is effort to try to make it as easy, but again keeping people safe overall. So that's
it was
besides
nice.
the point, because you're going to put on phenomenal events that we are going to attend damn near every single one of them this year, hopefully. So we look
and I'm going
forward
to get
to
my
it.
RX-7 going. I'm coming to the donut meets.
There we go.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah, March 5th coming soon, right?
No,
a
not
month
that- not
away,
that soon.
basically.
Come through with that Neil's.
Yeah,
Neil's Donuts.
very good. So we will see you next week, everybody. I think we're fully back next week, maybe. I
Oh,
honestly
Voltron?
don't even know. Chuck might be gone one more week. I legit cannot remember,
And if Chuck and Corey don't, if I get invited back,
and they're not here.
they're not here.
This has been like second, third.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I'm taking it personally.
now Shook dropped off.
Now they're just avoiding
Yeah,
you.
whatever. I get that.
But we will be back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for all the B4B subs. Again, visit our website, revivalmotoring.com. Where can people find? Are you going to make a staggered website and
There
stuff?
is- no, we have
okay.
a Stagger website.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's all still up and running.
up and running. Everything will be updated there.
Right, and that's where ultimately, when it comes time, applicants,
Yep.
all that sort of stuff will be there. So,
Applicants will be there. We'll link to the registration site.
yep,
Certain things we're going to privately do registrations for.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
like the K car race.
Yeah. That's not going to be open to right.
Right.
Right. That's more of a entertainment
If
type
we do
thing.
a wheel to wheel thing, same
Yeah,
thing.
same
You
idea.
know, the drifting, that's not going to be a public
right here, just sign
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
So-
It's going to be thought up,
Yeah.
again, thought about
Approval.
geared towards entertainment
Yeah.
versus anything else.
But if anybody wants to work it, hit up myself, hit up Shabby,
Yep.
hit up Garrett.
Yeah.
You know what? Go for it.
But you know, or
Gonna need help.
vendors or whatever. We're always looking to expand the team. Yeah, you know, we have big goals this year.
Yeah.
So.
And that's at Lock City Drift, at Staggered. You can find all that stuff on Instagram and I'm
At
sure
Staggered
Facebook
NE.
as well. Overland Rally.
Yeah.
And again, just go, even if you link off of Revival stuff, we've tagged them in a handful of different things. So it's easy to find. So they'll come right up. Follow other stuff. We will be back next week. We appreciate everybody out there. Thanks for listening. I'm done. We're out.
Have a good one.
Peace.
How long?